Hot dog! Welcome back! Hot dog!
Oh, we are doing...
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Oddballs. That is our newest character, Hot Dog.
Yeah,
he only says Hot Dog. Hot Dog! Yeah.
His new radio
just
announcer.
created now. We're going to find a way to put him in the show. I don't know how, but he's going to show up. And it might be a dream sequence, who knows? But welcome back to another episode of Oddballs. Last week, a lot of craziness went down. Does anyone want to handle doing a recap of what happened? Because it was nonsensical.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can.
Octo, do you want to take a shot at this?
Okay. So as far as I remember, which is not much. Wait, was last week the one where we were at the carnival and we all wanted to get funnel cake and we got? Oh wait, that was the first.
No, that was the first. Octo, for those who are unaware, if you don't watch the Patreon post show, at the end everyone was like, "We should actually go back and watch the old episodes because I bet there are clues." There are. And Octo did. Octo went back and watched some of the episodes and now realized all we did was talk about funnel cakes the entire time.
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I thought that was the clue. Was that not the clue?
I mean, at the end, there could be like some trippy like Evangelion shit where it's like we're all funnel cakes. Don't you see?
Yeah.
The galaxy's funnel cakes.
Congratulations. Omedeto Shinji. Omedeto.
Funnel cake.
Yeah.
Funnel cake.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do.
Well, last week we found out that like all the Alistairs are from alternate dimensions and this loop has been happening over and over again, and like the balls caused the end. I suggested shooting the balls into space. Nobody listened to me. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
That
it's just like the shoot.
But...
Everyone thinks you're crazy. It's weird.
And the Earth disappeared.
Yeah.
Like the whole Earth, we got to pan out and the whole Earth disappeared.
Yeah, the Earth.
Yeah.
Is gone.
The whole Earth, not just our little town. So does that mean... I don't know what it means.
So quick recap. At the end of last episode, it was revealed when our delightful young team of misfits went back to the place that they originally found the balls, that trapped under the ground in an avalanche of dirt and muck were dead versions of themselves. In one of the
that
nearby
wasn't
rooms,
scarring at all.
No.
You guys seem perfectly okay with that. In one of the rooms, they found they're not sure exactly who it is, possibly emaciated and dehydrated fern that was eaten by a possibly emaciated and dead Jezebel. And
Possibly.
Possibly. You guys didn't know. You didn't roll those rolls.
I can't believe we couldn't find that out. I'm so pissed.
Then you discovered that there are possibly other versions of this having happened before, because you looked through the little ring and you saw different timelines, and you saw Frank, who was a scientist studying these weird orbs, and you saw that Fern was appearing in and out of that timeline, but not being noticed by anyone else. So possibly you were seeing all timelines at once. Who knows? And then we had a flashback of the very first episode in which you guys reached out and touched the balls, and that was sort of the reveal of what happened at the end of the very first episode. That white light, that white flash, wasn't just like a cool white flash. Literally, the entire world vanished and was gone. But somehow you're still here, which means you can take that to mean whatever you want to mean. I'm not going to explain that to you, but whatever that means, you can take that how you like. But you're here, and now the question is, what the hell do you do? You have just learned some dark shit. What is going to happen? What is your plan?
What I need to know is, what does Billy Ray Cyrus have to do with this story? Because he keeps showing back up.
Oh, Billy Ray Cyrus
is he behind it all?
Is he a funnel cake?
Let's be clear. First off, Billy Ray Cyrus is the original funnel
snap
cake.
his fingers. Billy Ray Cyrus like, you should have aimed for my achy breaky heart, and then he just killed everybody.
The Venom. The Venom. He's the Thanos of 1992.
Right.
Yeah. He could be the Venom too. I don't know. He could be Venom Thanos, which would be terrible. That'd be terrible. Don't go see the movie Venom.
Yeah.
Also, let's see. I mean, like, if you want to know the real answer, the reason why he's in it is because that was the song at the beginning, and so that's like the through line through it. That lets you know that that's the first scene again. It was what I was going for. Ken, cheese and crackers.
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite part.
So, yeah, you now have discovered some really messed up stuff about your life, about the fact that you have died, but for some reason you are still here, and it has to do with the fact that Fern has been traveling around the alternate reality, the alternate whatever that is. People are stuck there. There could be another Fern there. Who knows? That little girl could have been Fern. You don't know because you didn't investigate. So now, what do you do? Where are you going to go? What's the plan?
The last scene was us leaving the cave, right? And then there was the flash.
The last scene was you guys leaving the cave, and then there was the flashback flash. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're just still in the woods then, right outside the cave.
The cave is very close to your little secret hideout. You can go back there. But at the end of the day, it's really just sort of what's your plan? What do you want to do?
Well, guys, what you want to do? Got a lot of information. I'm not really
Jezebel, I feel like, has all the answers.
Yeah.
That's the dog.
Yeah, that's the dog.
We had the memory problem with Fern, right? But then she does remember some things. Were we going to go back to talk to your grandma? Do we talk about that any to see if
did we figure out wait, is it or she doesn't have memory of like before 2 weeks ago or something?
Yeah.
Yes, Fern is missing her memory. All of you seem to remember, but Fern does not.
Yes, about 3 weeks. So we have to figure out what happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was about to ask.
Fern. Yeah.
You want to? Is there a roll that we can try to remember what happened 3 weeks ago?
Roll and determine what happened a few weeks ago. If you all want to roll a investigate, it's going to be 2 rolls. It's going to be investigate first and then comprehend second. And if you can win the investigation roll, then you can comprehend it and see what you understand about it.
Okay. So
can Fern roll this too?
No,
Or
Fern, you cannot roll this
because
this is not. Okay. Yeah, you can't remember any of this.
Okay, so now that I succeeded on my investigate, I can do a comprehend.
Yep. Oh, okay. So you remember back. You remember the time. Okay, cool. Yeah. Samantha. Wow. Both of you remember this. Octo, I'm very well aware you don't have the rolls for this, so I'm not going to force you to do it. But
humor me. Let me try.
All right.
You got this. You got this.
What is this?
I don't want to hold this against the other. Yeah, mine. You just mind rolls, I guess. What?
Hey,
all right, roll again.
Roll again. Again for what? Again
for comprehend. You have to comprehend what you. Yeah, all right. So you can remember. You just don't know what you remember. Yeah, you don't know what the hell you remember, but you remember stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Things happen.
Yeah. So, this is perfect. So, the scene starts out, and you're back in your hideout, and you four are sitting around trying to just comprehend and understand what the hell you just saw. Clearly, something is very, very wrong. Part of you believes that was you that you saw, but part of you is confused at how that could be you when you're right here. Right?
Yeah.
It's you're all trying to work through this issue of what the hell just happened. And Sam, you and Clarence are just sort of ruminating over the idea of why Fern can't remember the past. And maybe there's something you can't remember. And you're trying to figure it out. And you realize that 3 weeks ago was the last time that you actually had Fern by herself with the balls, and was the last time Fern went to the other sort of world, when Fern was alone in that the smoky monster appearance was 3 weeks ago.
That when we were on top of the mountain with all the Alistair.
Yes.
The place got shut up. Okay.
Yep. That was the last. So that's what Fern remembers back to that. But other than that, when you try to ask Fern important questions or try to figure out, aside from when you say like, but you remember the funnel cake, Fern, right? Fern remembers the funnel cake, but only in that you guys have talked about the funnel cake, right? She knows she was there. It's like when parents tell you a story about when you were a kid, so you remember that as a true story because your parents said it was a true story. Like when I was a kid, yeah, I did this, but you don't remember that. You don't remember when you were 3 what you did, but your parents have like put it in your memory that that's what you did when you were 3. So that's the story. And so everything that you've talked with Fern about, she remembers because you've told her over and over and over again that's what happened. But her real hard memory of what she knows to be true only goes back 3 weeks to the last time she touched the balls.
So she doesn't have like alternate memories or anything. It's just she just doesn't know.
No, she has no alternate memories. There's no like weird like, yes, I fought in the Great War, and there's none of that. There's none of that shit. Like she just has a weird memory lapse where the last time she was interacting with the balls, that's as far back as she can remember details.
Is she not the same Fern? Is this a different? Am I a different Fern?
Oh my God! Did we leave the Fern?
Did you leave the real Fern?
I'm going to tell you right now, this is a conversation you should be having in character right now.
Yes, yeah, go for it.
I can't face her if I left her there. No.
Yeah, Fern, do you question yourself to everyone? Because Samantha and Clarence literally. Yeah. All right, please go for it.
Hey, so y'all know that I can't remember nothing. And you kept telling me about the funnel cakes, and I just don't remember the funnel cakes at all. So I'm wondering maybe if I'm not the real Fern that you're looking for.
What do you mean the real Fern? You're here. I see you.
What if when I was in the other side, what if I came out wrong? What if I came out like something changed when I went over, and maybe I became another Fern instead? Because you know how we saw Fern, but it wasn't me. What if the Fern that we saw was the original Fern? What if I don't know you guys at all?
But you
I can't remember nothing.
It's like Alistairs. There's like a lot of Alistairs, and some of the Alistairs are old because they've been through like 1,500 loops, and then some of the Alistairs are young because they haven't been through that many loops. But I think this is great news because think of all the Ferns we're gonna have. We're gonna have like 8 Ferns. That's good. We can collect all of the Ferns from like all of the timelines and then bring all of the Ferns together, and then we have like 8. It's actually a good thing, Fern. Okay. No? Well, I think it's good.
Oh, that sounds pretty great. Think about it. You could Fern, think about it this way. You could do that thing where you talk to somebody and then another Fern goes and kneels down behind the person you're talking to, and then you push them, and then they trip over the Fern that's kneeling behind them, and then you're like, ha, I gotcha. And it's 2 of you, so it's like a good joke.
That's like one great point. I was gonna say that you could totally cheat on tests. Like one person could study for like history, and then the other person could study for math.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, if all the Alistairs are here because they used the balls, then how are there multiple Ferns if she wasn't the one that did the thing with the balls? Or does it just count everybody that's made with the balls? And even we're not the originals.
Yeah, I think we died.
Wait a minute. Are we not the original of us? What if we're all alternate versions of ourselves?
Yeah.
I'd rather be this version because like this version's not dead.
Y'all can remember 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess. But what if they're not real memories? We just think we remember.
It's true. I mean, we did die, so like we're probably dead.
But it wasn't us; it was other us, or was it?
Back out of character. Do we know about the 3-week Fern thing that you experienced in the other world? Like the guy telling you to meet you there in 3 weeks.
You guys have never truly had like Fern's given you bits of stories. I I don't know that you've ever actually had a full conversation about what Fern experienced on the other side or what that was. Because most of the time she's been like too terrified to tell you. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
We're probably not aware of like the whole thing, like the actual thing she's dealing with.
Yeah, she's mentioned Frank a bunch, but I don't know that she's ever explained who the hell Frank is. She only opened up about her brother last episode. So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, you're in the dark about some of those things. Yeah.
Well, I think it's real weird, but you're my friends, and no matter what happens, I'm always gonna be your Fern. Even if somebody else was already your Fern, I'm always gonna be yours. So no matter what, I'm gonna do the best that I can to stay here with you.
So you
You
don't
are
want
not
more? You don't want more ferns? Because we don't have to find the other ferns.
I just
I
don't
just
think
thought
it's
it'd be.
right.
I just thought it'd
I
be
don't
neat
think.
to have more than one.
Yeah, but I don't think they belong here. I don't think more than one Fern belongs with more than one Eddie or more than one Clarence or Samantha.
Okay, but
No, I just
if
right.
what if the other fern needs help? It still is somewhere else and needs help.
Yeah, well,
Don't we
that's
wanna
what I'm
help her?
saying is maybe she's on the other side and we gotta help her.
Can I ask a question? Sam, are you hung up on the fact that like you could have possibly left a Fern behind? Is
Yeah.
that secretly what your character's about? Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Will you roll for me?
Aw.
I just want to make sure before I ask you about this roll. Will you roll for me a
No.
heart and let's do a lead? Lead. A heart lead
Okay.
roll.
Uh,
Yeah, all right. They can't pick up on the fact that you're concerned about someone else. If you would have rolled badly, I would have been like, Fern, you definitely realize that she is talking about silly. You're fine though. You're okay.
I'm like, no one specific, just conceptually.
Right.
Maybe
right,
there's
yeah.
another fern we should rescue that I abandoned to a horrible, horrible fate of death and starvation. No, I'll just look. Don't worry about it. She's probably dead.
Right.
You know what? She's probably dead already. I feel better now.
Well, all right, y'all. I think it's time that you guys see what's on the other side. What we're really dealing with. Because I feel like this is it just keeps coming back to that where people just get lost in there. And I feel like maybe y'all would understand, like it feels like the future, but it ain't. But it's like the apocalypse happened. Maybe if y'all go through it together, y'all be able to understand a bit better, because I can't really explain nothing very well.
Okay, but we have limited time once we're in there. So we need to maybe and we keep getting bothered on the outside. So if we go to our super awesome Wiz Life trailer, we can make a portal in there and we'll know we'll be safe.
Are we? I mean, are we sure it's gonna be okay? Because like, listen, you guys saw the pterodactyl claw, right? Like, there's stuff over there. We can't.
Yeah.
We have to be careful. Like, we could get killed, and like, that's a pretty cool death to be killed by a giant, pterodactyl. But we're still dead. And then what? Where are we? Besides dead.
I mean,
What if we just like open the portal and throw the balls through it and close the portal? Then that world will get destroyed and we won't have to worry about it.
But
I don't
the
think you can
balls
throw
are
the
the portal.
yeah. I do like the space idea.
No, I like good thought. Keep brainstorming, Clarence. Keep going with that one.
But didn't the Alistairs say that every time we use it, it just speeds up the whole everybody dying thing?
Well, we only have like a day or two, so we got to do something. I don't totally open to ideas. Totally open. 100%.
Okay, so we have that ring, right? Which is
Yeah.
where whenever we look through it, other stuff happens. And
Does it do anything else? What else
I
does it
don't
do?
know. The only thing I've ever seen it do is just show us alternate dimensions, and that's not a
It
big
made an
deal
awesome
anymore.
flashlight at one point, if you remember. But other than that, you haven't really experimented enough with it.
I feel like that ring is real important.
Yeah,
'Cause
we saw them making.
we saw a bunch
Yeah.
of them. Yeah. Like what were they doing with all them rings? Like why do they need 7 of them? Maybe.
I mean, each
I don't know if there was
Alistair would have one. Maybe it protects them from going away, or maybe it protects them from getting zapped into the when somebody touches the balls.
Why would the old Alistair give me his then?
Yeah,
If it
that's
protects
true.
them.
Yeah, that is true. Why
Hmm.
would he do that? Yeah. Maybe he's ready to go.
Maybe he specifically gave it to you because wasn't he also the one that had all them pictures of not us in his briefcase? So he probably knew you were going to get in his car. And he probably knew, well, Clarence is going to need this ring at some point.
Because then maybe
I
Clarence will
feel like
remember.
that was what's that word? Predetermined?
I do not know.
I think that was
predatory.
your word.
Predatory.
Predatory. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
predatory. And Clarence, he definitely singled you out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he wanted somebody who would remember between loops, and he was hoping you'd wear it.
Yeah, maybe you should always wear it, Clarence.
Yeah. In case someone gets all handsy with the balls.
Phrasing.
You're welcome.
So just to attempt to see if there's anything there, they were talking about maybe remembering something. Can I attempt to remember anything that doesn't belong in this timeline?
Sure. Yeah. If you will roll for me a investigate and then a comprehend, sure.
Ugh.
Sure. Success. But do you understand what you remember?
I better comprehend it. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you rolled 2 comprehends. Hold on. Go back and roll me an investigate really quick. Yeah.
Okay. I got the same amount of dice for both, but I'll hit it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, you 100% remember stuff, and you
Thanks, Jesse.
kind of comprehend what you remember. Yeah. So, what? Give me a topic. What do you want to think back upon?
All right. What would be something?
Something useful for yourself that you feel like you guys would need to know.
We found dead bodies in the cave. Maybe. Well, there might not be much that changes. Oh, yeah. Do I remember like dying in the cave? Do any of that? Anything like that?
What's interesting is that you don't remember the actual death, but you do remember being in the cave post white light flash. And you remember trying to get out of the cave, and you remember loud noises and like muffled screams, but you don't remember anything else. You just remember that like you were there. You were there when it happened, but you don't remember your actual death.
Okay, I don't remember any crushing weight of rocks.
No, but you do. But there's one thing that you remember that no one else does, which is you remember being in that cave post white flash. No one else remembers that.
Okay, so what is that different? How's that different from our memories we should have that we were not in the cave? Where were we?
The memories that you have that everyone should have is that you went to go touch those balls. There was a flash of light, and then you just woke up at your houses.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, do you guys remember anything after the flash when we first touched the balls, like leaving the cave or anything?
No, I just woke up in bed and I had a ball in my pocket.
Yeah.
I woke up next to my hamster.
I just remember being home and
Well,
getting
now you've kind of pointed out having memories that maybe shouldn't be there. I remember being in the cave after the flash, but then there's like everyone's voices were muffled, and that's all I can remember.
Do you remember dying?
Oh my god.
What? No, I'm not dead.
Are we dead?
You
Is
remember
this
being in the cave afterwards? I don't
Were you
remember.
trying to get
I don't even remember being in the cave. I
Were
don't even
you
remember. I don't remember anything.
We think this is like a memory before we died.
Well, I think maybe it was like right before you got crushed by a ton of rocks.
My ghost.
No, you're not a ghost. You're a replica. No, you're a replica entity of a clone from a different loop.
Wait a
I don't know
minute.
what any of that means.
Hold on.
Clarence, will you
Oh wait, sorry.
give me another roll? Will you give me another investigate roll?
Yeah. Let's see. Investigate. 1.
Sure. Things start to happen as you start thinking back on the past, as everyone's questioning you and asking you things about what do you remember? How did you get there? What was going on? You were in the cave, or everyone's asking these questions. You start to remember other things that you don't remember actually ever experiencing. You remember things that you're having flashbacks of you remember being pushed in a garbage can by the originals. You remember that. But you also remember punching Johnny in the face. And you also remember never meeting the originals there. And you also remember Sam came and saved you, and the two of you spent the day together at the fair.
Does my nose start bleeding or anything?
Hurt.
Nope. But you remember, you suddenly remember all those things happening at once.
But he didn't even have the ring at that
Indeed,
point.
Clarence.
Or did he? He had the ring in a Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is heavy.
I
Did
don't
you
know
have
if they're
the
like.
ring before it was given to you?
He must have been given to it in a different
Jesus
timeline.
Christ.
Well, in those memories, am I able to even like realize if I had the ring or not? Thinking
Did
back
you
to
get
it.
the ring
no.
to give to Alistair to give to yourself?
You do not, in those memories, you do not know anything about specifics. You just
Yeah.
remember that that was a moment that was very like that set you off on this path with this team. And as you try to remember all that stuff, you remember multiple outcomes, all of them leading to the group of the four of you. But at the beginning, they're like you are washed over with a wave of like, oh my god, there and what like I remember punching Johnny in the face. Oh my god, I remember spending the day with Sam. We like got funnel cakes. Like, oh my god, I remember that I didn't even like end up in the trash can. Like, you have a bunch of different memories, but you can't tell if they're real or fake or whatever. But you remember all of this stuff all at once. And it definitely is like this is as you're holding the ring. It definitely is connected to the ring in some way.
Oh my god, let me hold the ring.
Clarence, are you a time traveling ghost?
Has Clarence shared this with you yet? Has he let you guys know?
No.
What I was gonna say is that
This was a bit from
in,
earlier.
in Clarence's voice, every time he goes, "Oh my god, I remember this." That Clarence also says that. Oh my god,
Okay,
I remember spending the day with.
All right.
This. Oh my god.
Yeah, so
So
Clarence
they
has
all spent the
vocalized
day
all of this.
together?
No.
That's so sweet.
No. But I do like the part where we actually got funnel cake. That was like a good I accept that. Okay, so it sounds like maybe that's why the Alistairs came after you, because you've been continuous in this timeline. Or that's why, I don't know. Can I hold the ring real quick? I'm just gonna hold it real quick. I want to see if I have the same thing.
And I like hold it out and be like, "Oh my god, I'm a video game character. I'm using up all my extra lives. Where if I have a save point?"
Okay, I'm gonna hold it and think
Sure.
about my memories.
I need you to roll and investigate.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh
you
my
don't even
God,
need to
you
comprehend.
remember
Like
everything.
you think back and suddenly a wave of memories washes over you. And we're not talking just about like the day at the fair. We're talking about what happened the day before and the day before that. And you are literally being washed over with all these memories. But a great example is at the fair, much like Clarence, you have a memory of hanging out with your friends all day. You have a memory of going and like flirting with Johnny at one point. You have a memory of picking Clarence out of a trash can. You have a memory of you and Clarence going around sharing a funnel cake and like really cutesy, like feeding each other kind of ways. You have a memory. You have a memory of
That is a
you.
false memory.
You have a memory of you helping Johnny push him in the trash can. You have a memory of you not even going there and being at home and crying in bed, right? You have all these different memories come wash over you, but it is very obvious that some of this thing is
No, Robot
That's what
Jesse,
happened.
not now.
You.
Oh, God.
What's so
Oh, God.
obvious?
Not now.
Oh no!
Oh, you're back.
Why is this happening?
We're going. This is the loop. It's happening right now.
What have we done? Hello, it's Robot Jesse.
Am I back now?
I think
Yeah, you're
Yes.
back.
good, yeah.
That was all very
Good.
audible.
Creepy and awful. So, but you remember all these things, and you remember the fact that it 100% is not just your memories of who you are, but like almost other Samantha's. And even though you have these memories, one thing that is very clear is that because your investigate is really high, you notice that there's like slight differences. For example, in one of them, the original t-shirt color is not yellow, it's pink. Things like that. Like things are slightly off, but it's still your life. Like you remember these memories, but things are a little bit different every time. But you have like 6 or 7 memories wash over you, just like, and then you like come back to our reality.
Okay, so I tell them what I saw. I feel like we're either in a loop or alternate universes. And then I am gonna hand it to Fern with terror.
Fern takes the ring.
Sure. Fern needs you to roll and investigate.
Oh, good luck.
But wait, I need to ask you a question. When you were with Clarence, did you guys
No,
do that one ride together? You didn't do that one ride together?
no.
Where you
No.
sit in like the heart shape, the seat?
No.
I seem to remember us riding something together and having a great time.
Do you want to talk about the trash can one, Clarence? You want to talk about that one?
No.
Oh, that one
Okay.
sucks.
Okay, wait. What am I rolling? Investigate.
Yeah, you're rolling it a hard, like just investigate roll.
I hate my life. Can I please re-roll this?
Of course.
This is very important. Okay. All right, there we go.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take off a luck point.
I need you to roll a comprehend now.
Oh, I don't think I have comprehend. I don't have it.
Then just do a straight mind roll and let's see what happens. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
You start to have this, like, not waves like everyone else. You start to have flashes, like jarring flashes, and each flash shows you a glimpse of something that you don't know how or in what way to react. The first thing you see is you in this alternate reality sitting on top of that mound house with Frank. And you're staring out and he's pointing out something to you in the distance. Quickly, there's another flash, and it's now you running through the forest, terrified as something's chasing you, right? This big monster's chasing you, and you look down your hands, there's blood, and you hear the screams of Frank and his friends. There's another flash, and it is you with Jezebel. And the two of you are in this weird alternate reality place, and Jezebel runs off. There's another flash, and you are now back with all of your friends eating funnel cake, and everything seems fine. But there's another flash, and the funnel cake in your hands is now like ash and terrible looking, and the world around you is just like bubbling with I'm gonna say lava, but you can't really tell what it is. It's something. The world is coming undone. There's another flash, and it's you alone, and you're in a forest, and you see like a structure far away, and it's you walking towards that structure, and you can't really make out what it is, but you can kind of see it. There's another flash, and it's you, and you are with what appears to be a young man, and you say to him, "Bro, is that you?" And there's another flash, and then it ends up with you right back here with everyone else, except it's not you sitting where you're at. You're watching this conversation happen right now, and there's another flash, and you're back to where you were.
Jesus Christ. So I think, yeah, y'all remember when I said I wasn't the rat fern?
Yeah.
I'm
Are you a
not.
ghost?
I'm not. Okay, so not a ghost, definitely here. But these memories that I just whatever experienced, everything was like in a forest or in fog or there was ash everywhere, and I only had one little blip of like a funnel cake, but that was it. And nothing else is from a fair. Nothing else is there. Nothing else is there. It's all from the other side. And I'm almost positive that whatever happened in my memory is either something screwed it up or I'm not the same Fern. Does that make sense?
But we've been with you the whole time. How are you not the same Fern? I
don't know. But have we been together the whole time? Because whenever y'all talk about this flash, and I don't know if I remember that. I don't know if I remember that happening in a cave or what. I don't remember.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're not the original Fern, you're our Fern, and that's okay. And we'll find the
Yeah,
other
but
ferns,
what if-
and then
what
we'll have
if
more
I'm
than one
not?
Fern. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
I mean, I
What-
do.
what-
You're still
There's more
Fern. That's
Fern out there. Yeah.
you're still Fern.
I don't
It's
know.
okay.
I don't know if I'm the one. I don't know if I'm the Fern that's on this side or not.
But
We're-
you
we're
are
almost-
right now.
It's reality, you know. Like, what if
Yeah.
I'm not meant to be here?
No, it doesn't
What
matter
if
what
I'm not
fern
meant
you
to
are.
be here,
We'll
and that's
always
why I
be
kept blipping over
BFFs.
to the other side just randomly? Like, what if it's saying you don't belong on this plane of existence? What if I'm supposed to be over there? And
There's
and it's like time trying to right itself, you know, trying
I
to
don't
put
think
it
that
back in its place.
there's no like supposed to. I don't see why we can't have all the ferns. We're not putting you back there, is all I'm saying. You're gonna stay with us. If there's another fern, we'll get that fern too, and it's okay. We're not putting you back there. We're not putting you back there. We're not putting you back there.
But what if I have to be back there so that the other
We
fern
don't-
can come back here? Because if there are two
That's-
ferns, that means that I'm not supposed to be here.
There's like 7 Alisters.
Eddie, here, take this thing from me. I don't want to.
Wait, hold on. I mean, I'll take the ring.
Eddie,
I mean, like the
as
Declaration
you take
of
it,
Independence says, all ferns are created equal. It
Yeah, as
doesn't
you try to
matter.
say that,
Yeah, right.
as you try to say that, Eddie, a wave of memories washes over you. I need you to roll.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Just your mind. I know you don't have the abilities, so just like a mind roll.
I
Yeah.
thought you were
I remember that Zeppelin rules. Hell yeah.
as
true.
you touch it, you don't remember anything about locations or times or places, but what you do remember is music. And in your mind, you start having waves of songs flash through your head. But it isn't just metal. There's country, there's classical, there's there's like smooth jazz. There's all these different songs start rushing through your head. And you hear just like music that you shouldn't know, right? There's songs that you clearly shouldn't know. But for some reason, you're like, you know the lyrics, you know what these songs are, and it just quickly like through your head, and then it stops.
Did anybody else here take on me? Like, I don't.
I love that song.
It's a good song.
Wait, let's not get crazy, but like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Alternate timelines. I heard a bunch of different songs, but I didn't remember anything. But
What
I
kind of
kind of
songs?
did. Like sub music, like non-metal. Like
What kind of sub music, huh?
other types of music that are Metal.
Uh-huh.
Eddie, how many
Like?
different songs did you hear?
A bunch, like smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz? Are you a smooth
yeah.
jazz fan?
No, that's lame. This stuff's lame. Why would I ever listen to that? But
What else
specific
did
song-
you hear?
Smooth jazz.
Yeah, if you want
all
some
the
specific
time,
songs, you definitely heard like "I Got You, Babe," and you definitely heard like you know,
did I hear like
classic,
did I hear,
like classical, like things like like some Bach was in there. You definitely heard
did I
some
hear like
songs that you
yacht
would not
rock,
listen
like
to.
Michael McDonald?
Yes, you definitely heard some Michael
God.
McDonald was in there.
Not in love
Yep.
anymore. Oh no. I'm getting these like memories of songs that I know, but I don't know them.
Were they like happy songs, or were they romantic songs, or were they scary? I mean, did they have a theme, or was it just all sorts of different?
How many were there? Can you put a number on it?
What?
You definitely remember. I had to look this up because I want to make sure, but you definitely heard this song, "Rock Steady" by the Whispers.
Okay.
Steady, steady, rocking all night long. You heard that song?
We begin to rock.
Exactly. You heard that song?
That one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you're hearing songs that you do not listen to.
I'm hearing stuff that I know, but I don't know. I'm remembering. It doesn't make sense. This ring sucks. Somebody else take it.
No,
I'm not touching it.
I'll take the ring.
Sure. Yeah.
So, all right. This is weird, but first of all, Fern, it doesn't matter which Fern you are or where you come from. We'll always be your friend, okay?
Agreed. Listen to the nerd.
Okay. All right.
And
I mean, I feel like I know that. You know, I know that in my heart. But I also feel like if other people are in trouble, I mean, what if y'all are on the other side and now you can't get out? And somehow
Well,
your versions of you stayed here when the apocalypse hit or whatever. Now you're on the other side, and now you're part of the
I got
of that too.
I got a theory.
like maybe that's who Eddie met in the record store. Maybe he met himself.
Wait, that was me?
Although other Eddie probably wouldn't have crushed
I'm a
the
pterodactyl?
airplane. I'm sorry, Clarence, you were about to say something.
Is that what happens
there's-
when you stay in the dimension? I was joking.
So maybe what you become, we don't know.
Boo.
Maybe that's what happened when the fog gets you.
Oh God.
You don't let that
Maybe it's
fall.
already happening.
So
Okay.
So
Okay.
Do I have feathers?
there's all these
Okay.
Alistairs, right? There's all
Yeah.
these Alistairs, and
I
we
begin
know
like
there's
checking
multiple rings.
Yeah, they all just ignore you, Eddie. They all are just like, okay. So about the end, you're just like,
So maybe, I don't know, maybe there's multiple dimensions, or maybe they're all like shattered versions off of another one, but this ring seems to like maybe bring it all together, maybe focus it in. Maybe that's why we can remember stuff. Or maybe we have lived those lives. I don't know. But either way, the ring seems to bring it back together, right?
Yeah, like we can
So-
remember stuff, and then we can also like see into the other dimensions with the telescope.
Yeah.
So there's definitely two that exist.
We just can't. We haven't been able to hear anything yet, so that's the only thing.
So, do any of you remember an end to these memories, or does it just fade out? How far do they go? Basically, that's what I'm asking. Like, how far do the memories go? Do they go past where we are currently, or?
well, they're memories, so they only are like they're triggered by certain emotions, and so you, when you were thinking back, how do I think back to the past? Like, how far back can I go? And you had memories, like a wave of memories wash over you from a key moment, which was the start of this adventure, right? So
Right.
you can try and like look for more, but what you did was literally just unlock the start of your adventure. How at the beginning,
Right.
there are actually more memories than you remember having.
Okay, so I'll go on with what I'm thinking here then. So if we use the ring and try to remember, like depending on what we're seeing, that could be existences that no longer exist, and we can go back and look and see what happened, and maybe we can piece it all together and make a plan of what we should do to stop it, or at least see what we've done if it works like that.
I mean, I don't know if you could just ask it something and then expect it to just spit it out for you. I mean, I don't know if that's how that ring works. It seems like it
No,
just
but if-
works on its own time. You know?
Yeah, but if it's giving us
It's
memories
like,
of,
oh, show me this. It's not like a crystal ball. It just shows whatever it wants.
yeah, but maybe if we think hard enough, if it is from me being dead back in the cave, then I should know what we did to that point. Maybe. I don't
Why
know.
don't
It's a
you
long
try it?
shot.
Why don't you try sit
yeah.
thinking about something and then just say, I want to see
It's
this
scary.
and see what it does?
I want to die in my dreams.
We're gonna
I
be right
that's the real
here.
important part, though. Yeah, we're right here, Clarence. We ain't going nowhere.
I should say we probably
Oh my-
are heading back to the hideout, or we should just go to the hideout.
Yeah, we're still out in the woods. We should probably go-
You are at the hideout. That's where we
Oh,
started
okay.
this scene.
Okay.
I gave you that. Like you made it there, so you're
Yeah.
in the hideout.
Is there pie?
No, you have no pie. You have no tacos.
God
This
damn
is
it.
a food-free
Close.
location at the moment.
Wow, sucks.
Sam, do you remember how many memories you had? You seem to remember it the best. And Eddie, you remember different songs. Maybe there's like 7 Alistairs we know of. Maybe if we have a certain amount of memories and then match up to the Alistairs, maybe that's a clue.
Oh yeah, how many music genres do you remember?
Listen, a couple. It's not important, but I do have good news.
Okay,
I'm not a pterodactyl.
cool. How many do you have, Clarence?
Mine wasn't as clear. Am
Oh,
I
yeah.
able to
I
try
mean-
to discern between the different, like maybe if I focus
Sure,
on like
sure.
the trash can event and around that.
Yeah. You don't even need. If you just roll me a comprehend, I can give you an answer
Okay.
if you're successful. Yeah.
Damn.
You had exactly
Yeah.
7. You had exactly 7 visions.
Dun dun dun. I remember like 7. Is that counting this one? Is this like I have 6 memories and this one's the 7th?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
have,
mean,
like-
of that incident, you have 7 memories of that incident. One of them being the one that you initially remembered, which was you being pushed in, and then Samantha comes along and helps pull you out.
Right. So I remember like 7 different things that happened.
Okay.
How about you,
So
Sam?
there's 7 Alistairs.
What is with
Mhm.
that
I'm
number
also
7?
assuming I remember 7 things.
You're
That
gonna have to
mean
roll for
there's
that.
7
If you
dimensions?
roll me a comprehend, we can figure out how much you remember.
I got nothing.
You don't. Yeah, you don't remember if it's 5, 6, 7, but you know it was a few. You definitely know it was. I mean, yeah, I can't give you that answer. You know it was a
okay.
few. Like you definitely had more than 5. That's for sure. But it was
Okay,
very
so
fast.
7. Okay, I remember 7 things. So that's maybe it's just me though. And then there's 7 Alistairs. What if everything's split? Then what caused it? Like, is it they just exist, or did the balls do it? How many times we use the balls? Got to roll for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Comprehend.
investigate to remember.
Investigate. 1.
Yeah. A 1 gives you the fact that you remember that altogether. You use the balls when this is going to be an accurate. You're not going to have an accurate assessment, but this is going to be the fact that you remember that you used them the first time, like caused the white wave. You remember that you used them to experiment on when Sam and everyone was trying to like cause the end of the world. You remember that you used them again when you were trying to see what happens if you put them up to like different things. And you remember that, and you remember that Fern used the balls numerous times together, all at different occasions, but you yourself have used them very little.
Okay.
But you remember that Fern is the one who's used them all together the most. You also remember the numerous times that you guys use them separately. But you don't remember exact numbers.
Right.
But you definitely remember that you used them many, many times. That's what a 1 will get you.
Anybody else remember? Anybody remember how many times we used the balls? I remember using them, but I don't know if it's connected or not.
I'll give it a shot.
Maybe.
Investigate.
Sure. Oh my god.
Whoa.
You remember that all together you use the balls together 7 times.
Oh my god,
Hmm.
you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is like amazing. Okay, so there's 7 Alistairs, which means, does that mean there's 7 of us?
Wait, 7.
Or 7 of Fern? There's 7.
Darius, you said you remembered 7 memories. Right?
Yeah.
But there might be less than 7 of each person. So depending on who used the balls, who clinked them together. So there's maybe like more Ferns and a few Clarences, like a couple Samanthas, minus the ones that are dead.
Right.
7.
So
7. That's perfect. Drums, vocalist, keyboard, guitar, rhythm guitar, drums, manager. That's 7. I can be my own
bass.
band.
Zero bass. You just made you 2. 0, like you just. All right, sure. Everyone continues to ignore. Everyone continues to ignore.
So 7 is a really important number.
So
I think-
yes, we used
If we use them again, I bet you there's going to be another Alistair out there somewhere, and he's going to be like 95 years old and say, I've been around for thousands of years.
You're
Well, how are
You're
all the
totally
Alistairs
right.
here?
either
If
that
we're
or he's
not
gonna
all
be like
here-
a Alistair.
It's something with the time-space continuum trying to write itself out again. I know it is. Something's trying to balance, and this ain't working. Whatever we're doing is messing everything up.
But the Alistairs can totally hang out together. So there's
Yeah,
no
but-
reason that we can't have our Ferns hanging out together and our Samanthas. Oh my god, 2 Samanthas. That's gonna be amazing. We could just have more, and we just gotta try not to die in the other.
Well, I just don't. I wish we could like contact ourselves in a way, because I feel like I tried to do that. I tried to somehow, and maybe I ignored her. I don't even know if it's been 3 weeks ago yet. Or 3 weeks
Maybe
from now.
maybe there's not a bunch of different ones of us anymore. Maybe the ring just like focuses all in, and that's why all the Alistairs are here. I don't know. My head hurts.
My head hurts.
Maybe we try to go to the other side.
I think
See how
we-
far
That'll
we
make
can
like
get.
another Alistair.
We should take our bikes. We don't put them together. We put
we
them
should go
apart.
back. Really?
Wait,
I
what
mean,
if we take them as far apart as we can? Like,
But using them together is what opens the portal.
yeah, but that
Here-
causes everything to die. So what if we just like mill into Australia?
it doesn't cause everything to die. I mean,
We don't know
went
anybody
through,
in
I
Australia.
came
Well-
back okay, sorta.
See? Look at that, unscathed. She's just
Mhm.
like she was
Maybe
before.
not even the same Fern, but hey, I'm here.
True, you were
Well,
here.
That's a
So-
good thing. But I could introduce you guys to Frank. And
So,
Frank, I think, knows my brother, and I really need to find my brother. I don't think there's 7 of him. Maybe.
So
God.
so Jesse,
Yeah.
see if you if I can get this. Thinking about the balls scares Clarence, and thinking about him dying scares him a bit. With the feeling
Sure.
of fear and trying to think of how, like, if I died in the cave, and just thinking a lot about death. Am I able to
Okay.
try to get a memory of that out of anything with the ring in my hand?
With the ring in your hand, if you'll roll me and investigate.
Fuck you.
No, you don't. You can try to re-roll,
I'll try once.
but
We
with the
get
ring in your
our
hand,
luck
you
refreshed,
don't remember
reset.
that.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
I said, do we
Everything
have our luck
reset.
refreshed? Okay.
Everything reset because you're back at your base.
Okay. Try one more time. 1.
Yeah, you remember, like, you're focusing on death and the concept of like you have died numerous times. Something is not right here. You start to get flashes of just like some terrible. A great example is you are running down the hallway away from that beast, and you trip and fall, and you remember it coming up on you, and then it goes black. You remember being in a shootout at Alistair's place, and you remember being shot. You remember going and getting like beat up by the originals and like falling and hitting your head. You remember all these different things, but it's like in flashes and very like, it isn't clear to you when or where they took place. You just remember things, but it's very it's something's wrong. Like you don't have a connection to these memories. Like there's something you need to do in order to connect to them completely.
Something to do like roleplay wise now, or like
yeah, something you need to do roleplay wise that will connect you to them completely.
Okay, well, as I'm
Do you have
like
to
saying
wear
it, I mean, yeah, I could try that. I can put it on, but
or heat
You
it
wanna
up?
put it on?
kinda, yeah, I'll put it on and kind of like spin it around nervously on my finger while I'm thinking about this stuff.
Sure. You put
Maybe
it
it's
on.
like a mood ring.
You put the ring on your finger, and Clarence, the glow around it envelops your finger, and it begins to like hum and buzz. And as you start to spin, eventually it stops spinning, and a wave of information just bombards your brain. And all of those images that you barely saw, all those realities that you didn't know much about that were part of you, is now completely a part of you. You remember everything, but the ring is now attached to you,
Oh God.
and you cannot get it off.
Sorry, Clarence.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, can't share.
You remember everything about these other Clarences.
I bet we could get it off with one of the balls, though. We could use the takeoff ball if we need to. We could try the takeoff ball.
So,
But so
this
you
is
remember
us-
everything. How many times did you die?
I got like
Trying to
Clarence
keep
has to
track
like
of
run
your-
outside and throw up real quick as he remembers himself.
Clarence, as you run outside and
I feel
start
like that's an
puking, at this-
appropriate reaction.
yeah, you start puking as like you vividly remember being crushed by dirt. Like as you were trying to claw your way out in a panic, you like knocked Eddie down and you stepped on him to try and get out, and like the cave crumbled in on you and crushed your bones. You remember being beat up by the original so bad that you fell backwards and hit your head on a rock and died. You remember being brutally eaten by a monster. You remember being shot in the gut to the point where like you bled out on the floor and everyone left you. You remember your friends, the friends that you have right now, leaving your ass behind in like a dark forest. You're like as they're climbing up a mountain. You remember all that stuff. Everything
All
comes
the
back to
choices
you.
that we didn't make. All the
But you
choices
also
that we were
remember-
faced with.
But you also remember in some scenarios, you were a fucking badass. Like you handled your shit. It isn't the Clarence you remember. Like in one scenario, you remember punching Johnny in the face and like kicking him when he was down on the ground. And you remember like not only asking Sam out, but like other girls too. You remember being like a different human being. But also you kind of remember being an asshole too. There's a Clarence that was kind of a dick to everyone. And it's sort of like the Clarence that pulled out the gun or the Clarence that stole the balls, but like to the nth degree. It's that version of you fully unleashed. And it's just like there's a person that was a Clarence who was a piece of shit. And there's a version of Clarence that doesn't have a grandmother. There's a version of Clarence that has like a lovely family, and you have a sister, and like just a wonderful like there's versions of your like your sister's like a very sweetheart. She's not like a mean person, right? There's a version where you have a brother. Like there's you remember all these things about yourself that there is other things going on. But what you do remember is in every single version, Alistair, the same Alistair, old Alistair, met you and gave you the ring every single time. And even the times where you died, like before the cave, you met Alistair and he gave you the ring.
Okay.
It's like this vision.
So is
of
this going
Clarence
past
just,
the
like,
number 7 on memories, or?
Nope, it's exactly 7. Exactly 7 different lives that you've lived.
And I died in the end of each of them.
At the end of each one, you have died. Every single time you died.
Ooh, lordy.
Like a beam of light came out of Clarence's. All of his orifices were just like, bah!
Yeah, you remember everything now. Like you and
lasers
I
out his
want
head.
to I want to give you this because will you roll for me a comprehend? Actually, I'll make sure that I can give you this information, and you can decide whether to share it with everyone else. But I feel like you'll have a revelation on this.
Okay, comprehend.
Sure. You realize that old Alistair, the reason why all these Alistairs know and talk and remember everything is you are now starting to pick up the conversation you had with old Alistair. Didn't have a ring on, but the younger Alistair that showed up in the helicopter definitely had a ring on. The Alistair you rolled over on the car has had a ring on. All these people have had rings on, the exact same ring that you've had, and you now start to remember and notice that, like, oh my God, this is the thing that has happened. And what you're starting to understand now is that the reason why all 7 of them know who they are and know about each of each other and know all that stuff is because they all share memories with each other. And old Alistair could possibly be the oldest because he's the first.
And that's why it doesn't have the ring, or doesn't have one on.
Yeah, because he gave his to you.
Oh, Jesus.
God, Clarence.
Wait a minute. I have an idea.
Don't fucking say it, Eddie.
No,
You
wait,
can't
I'm
say
serious.
anything yet. You don't know anything yet because Clarence hasn't told you anything yet. So just heads up.
Okay.
In character, you can't do
Don't have
anything
an
yet.
idea.
Clarence is still outside puking his guts out. You can come out there and check on him. But he is like,
Clarence is puking rainbows outside.
yeah, Clarence has like vomited out a ray of light at this point. Like, oh, like he is. The universe has revealed itself to Clarence, and he is experiencing so much, which again I think affects your personality, Clarence, because you now
Oh my
like
God.
kind of know what it's like to be a badass and kind of know the power of being a dick to people, and you also know like
Yeah.
what being a sweetheart's about. And like, yeah, there's a version of you, one of those 7 does not play video games. He is on a sports team, and he is like friends with the originals. There's like various versions of you, and they're all like in you now.
Yeah.
You know all about those past experiences.
I imagine it's like
You've seen-
throwing up after thinking about death, like standing up and like one of these memories like hits me in a certain way. Throw up again.
Yeah.
Have the memory of Alistair.
All those times you died, all those things, you now see the choices a person can make and how one little different choice, had they not come back to help you when they did climbing up that mountain, you would be dead. Right? When Sam like and like when Sam and Eddie and Fern, like when everyone tried to help you, all those times in your mind, you now know moments when they left you and moments when they didn't, right? And you can see that like true friendship, these people when they cared for you, they saved you, they literally saved your life. And if they hadn't, you would have died, right? There's the times when you were doing like when you're at the shootout, like breaking out of that cell, you can see what would happen if you had done something differently and how you would have died. Right? And so every choice you guys have made, there was the potential for you to have died, and you have died 7 times already.
Well, that's a lot to take in, isn't it? Yeah, I imagine that would definitely change Clarence's character for sure. All right, so yeah, are you guys coming out or? is that what
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
just
do?
gonna open the door and be
Yeah,
like,
I think we
"Hey-
followed you.
"Hey, buddy, how you feeling? Feeling better?"
Just kind of give you like the sideways glance. I got like slobbering, probably snot and tears coming out of my face.
Oh,
and-
it is gross. Yeah, it is very disgusting. You are leaking out of everywhere. You are just
Okay.
gross right now.
Fern
I'm gonna
runs
grab.
inside. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get you some tissues and some Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah,
That'll-
good call.
Yeah, it always helps me. I'll grab y'all
let me
some
let me
Kool-Aid.
retcon something just to be very, very clear. 6 times. You've seen 6 deaths. I said 7 just because the number
Right.
7 stuck in my head.
Okay.
But you've seen 6 deaths. Clearly because you're the 7th Clarence. All right.
yeah, I was hanging on
Sorry
that. I
about
got you. No worries.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just I was thinking 7 so much that is what I said. All right, we're good.
Like just kind of
All right, so we're
stand
gonna
up.
get him
and-
cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah, Fern runs in the house and goes to grab like tissues and drinks and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I like
You feel? Are you okay? Feeling better? Using my
All right,
most
dude.
patronizing voice ever. Gonna be okay, buddy.
Like try to take the ring off myself, like desperately trying to get it off my hand.
Oh.
It's stuck, huh?
Yeah, it does not move. You try, even though you try to move it, it isn't like it is like tight on your finger. It just will not move. It's just
Does that
there.
hurt?
Is he?
Does it like move with the skin underneath it, or is it just like solid? Like does it not?
It is
twist
solid.
off?
Like it is. The blue glow around it seems to be what's holding it in place on your finger, but it's not like messing with your skin. It's not pulling at it. Like if you try to pull it, it doesn't hurt. It just does not move.
Like, I bet we could use the open ball to get it off. If you want it off, we could try that. What
Okay.
are you seeing? Is it working? What's it doing?
Oh yeah. It worked.
What?
Wait, I-
I'm gonna regret this, but yes, Eddie.
okay, hold on.
Is Clarence wearing it on his ring finger?
What
wearing
finger
it-
did you put on, Clarence?
Yeah, I put it on my left ring finger.
Your left ring
Okay.
finger. Okay.
Okay, hold out your hand.
Oh dear
So hold,
God.
hold out your hand like this. Okay. Okay.
Shaky hand.
So I take dramatically, I take out the black card that I got from Alistair's wallet and I
Sure.
put it in between his ring finger and middle finger and I like slide it like a credit card.
It does nothing. It does nothing.
I was like, did you take it off now?
Hey, hey, Eddie. I think Fern might need some help getting the Kool-Aid.
Well, I
hard
was
for her to
helping.
get the. No. I think that was really great. But the next thing maybe is that you can help Fern get some Kool-Aid because I'm super thirsty. I don't know about Clarence, but I feel like Clarence could use a little Kool-Aid.
And
Okay, fine.
this may be pushing it too far, but as I'm looking at the black card, is there anything about the black card and other memories other than us having it?
No. The one thing you recognize is that this is the only timeline in which which Eddie has taken the card.
Okay, I'll know that then.
Kool-Aid. I like walk off mumbling to myself.
What did you see,
Kool-Aid.
Clarence?
Well,
Yeah, I'll probably turn to Sam and just kind of look at her for a moment and think back to the one memory of maybe we had a good thing going. And my snotty and gross face.
Yeah. Clarence
I love
has this
this.
look of
I
like
love this.
Clarence looks over at Sam and he has this flashback of like there definitely was a thing between them. Like the cooler version of Clarence, there was a thing. But the pan to Clarence's face, he's like covered in like vomit. It's not, and he has like this look of like almost glistening eyes, but he's just the grossest looking person there ever was. And Sam is just repulsed. Like Sam is just like, oh god, that is not a good look.
And they'll say, I really missed you, Sam.
Oh my God.
As Clarence says that, a little like bit of corn just like ploops out of his mouth. It's like, I really miss you, Sam. Like just like a little bit of vomit. Just
What did you see, Clarence?
I saw 6 versions, counting this one of us, and the one between me and you where everything went pretty good.
I
I'll
think
get
that's
you
a
some funnel
different
cake
Clarence,
next
though.
time, and maybe it'll help you remember.
I think that's a different Clarence. What happened to all the Clarences, Clarence?
They died.
In the same way? Or in different ways?
As you say that, Fern runs in with like, brought some Kool-Aid, and just has this big picture of Kool-Aid and looks at you, and there's like, Fern, you notice there's like a really emotional moment between Clarence and Sam. Clarence is like, realizing that there was a reality in which the two of them together, and Samantha is not. She's like not feeling whatever Clarence is putting out. She is not. This is not the reality that is. But Clarence, because he lived that reality and it's now within him, feels things for Samantha, like feels emotions for her. But Samantha's just like, no, what is happening right now? Right? Like, it is, and you've walked into this moment just like, I brought some Kool-Aid. And so, what do you, Clarence? Do you stop and like look at Fern? What do you do?
Yeah, I'll like look at her real quick and like bend down, like grab her face, like by her cheeks, like look at her real close, and like try to remember if there's anything different about this Fern in my memories.
Fern, in your face is like a vomit-covered, snot-covered Clarence who's just staring at you intently, like looking into your eyes. And he's like sort of shaking you, and the Kool-Aid is splashing and like getting all over you and him, and he's just like shaking you intently. And Samantha, you're like genuinely concerned for Fern because this is very bizarre. Eddie has just wandered off, commenting to himself. So you're like the only. Do you stop this from happening, Samantha?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Kool-Aid from Fern. I'm gonna try to just like get in there, get the Kool-Aid out, like put my body in between, and just be like, "Hey, how about we have some Kool-Aid, huh? How about that? That's good, right?" Take the tissues that she brought, hand them to Clarence. Try to like calm him a little bit, like, "Hey, I think he just saw some things, so we're gonna find out what he saw. But first, he's gonna have some Kool-Aid."
Hey,
He saw it.
hey, Clarence, you want Kool-Aid?
Steps in between. Clarence will like, put his hand on her hip and like take the Kool-Aid. Thanks, babe.
Clarence, as you do that, as you like touch Sam, you're washed over with a wave of the time that Samantha helped beat you up and throw you in the trash can as well. You remember that now. You remember that one timeline where Samantha she was dating Johnny from the Originals, and she was the like ringleader and helped beat your ass up and throw you in a trash can. You remember that part now.
Then like,
so you remember that the Originals weren't just those boys. The Originals in that one timeline were founded by Samantha. Like you remember getting beat up by her and thrown in the trash can. Like as you touch her, that image of like we were in love is not what you feel now. You are another thing hits you of just like, oh, there was another version where Sam. Not only did that, there's another version where Sam left you to die on a hill. Right? There's other versions of that reality where like, oh, that may not be the number one thing that like, you know, you start to get hit with these other feelings of I hate her, right? You have it starts to hit you that this isn't there's more, it's more complicated than you think.
Yeah.
Then I take his hand, which is touching me without my permission, and I grab his wrist and I dig my fingernails into it so hard. As hard as I possibly can.
As she digs her fingernails into you, that's when you feel the emotion, and that's when you remember her kicking the shit out of you. Like literally beating the crap out of you and throwing you in a trash can. Yeah.
And she's doing it, and this is watching over him in my one of 7 hearts breaks. More tears kind of start coming down and kind of take the Kool-Aid and pour it on my head. That's right. There you are. Kind of pull away.
Don't fucking touch me.
Do I see that happening? Where am I?
Yes. No, you're like wandered off, but like as you come back, you see Clarence have like he got like weirdly touchy-feely, and Samantha was like not feeling it, and then Clarence stops, and like a different Clarence takes over and dumps Kool-Aid on his head, and to your eyes, this is insane. What you just saw was bonkers town.
I'm gonna pull one of these. I'm gonna pull hey guys. I'm gonna just walk back right inside.
Yeah. You go right back the way you came from. Yep.
Nope.
Sure. Fern, you notice something is up with Clarence. Like Clarence is not okay. Yeah. Samantha, you're a little pissed. So all the changes going through Clarence, you don't pick up on right away. But Fern, you definitely notice that Clarence is not the Clarence that you have known for a long time. Like all his weird little quirks, all the things that he's done in the past aren't just like quirks anymore. They're like waves of different Clarences coming over him, and he's like changing rapidly.
Clarence, what the hell happened?
Started like looking down at myself. I'm so weak now. What is this?
The hell?
Yeah, Clarence, you start feeling
God.
your body and like you remember being muscular. You remember being a tough dude and being on the football team, and you remember being popular, and you remember people like if Samantha had given you shit, if you hung out with Eddie, you would have like gone to school the next day and shit talked the fuck out of them. You remember this stuff of like, no one treats me this way. Like you have that feeling also as you're like touching yourself, like, what happened to my muscles? Like you used to be tough as shit, and that's not you anymore.
Fern runs up to him and she grabs by the shoulders.
Clarence, you in there?
I think so. There's a lot of me in here right now.
Well, can you sum it up when you put on the ring?
Okay.
Clarence, will you roll a just a 6-sided die? Like I think it's just like an RD6 is what you can type in.
Is it just you have to hit slash to do that, or is it?
Yeah, I think it's like /RD6 will do it.
It work. We just RD6.
/R space, yeah.
/R space. Okay.
Yes, no, yeah, /R space 1d6.
4.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 4 is I've assigned each of your personalities a number, and from now on, whenever you interact with people, I'm gonna have you roll to see which personality comes through.
All right. Awesome.
You are now, as she says, what's wrong with
Holy
you?
shit.
Number 4 is your asshole personality. So you have to respond as though you were the asshole Clarence.
Okay. So yes, what's wrong with me? What the fuck you mean? What's wrong with? What's wrong with you? Hands off me.
Okay.
Give me a towel or something. Freaking Kool-Aid all over myself.
No. You poured that shit on yourself, my friend.
Yeah. What's wrong? Why'd I do that?
I don't know, man. Do not know. I enjoyed it though, so
We just
that was
brought you
probably the
some
reason.
Kool-Aid because you look like you might be thirsty.
I'm a little thirsty. What you got to drink?
Uh,
You got any liquor or anything in the house? I need to get fucked up.
um, I can go look. I can go look.
No. We're not. First of all, you don't need to tell her what to do. That's not very nice.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll go check it out myself and like try to push her out of the way and start walking.
No, you won't. Are you possessed? What the hell's wrong with you?
Wrong with me? What's wrong with you? A bunch of nerds standing out here in front of this Wizard of Oz looking bullshit.
Nerd, you're the nerd. You
You
are
just
the
talk
nerd.
shit about Wiz Life?
Yeah, you don't talk shit about Wizlife. I painted that myself.
That's right. That is beautiful.
Like I remember hanging out with all you guys, but you followed me and we didn't stay in the shit shack here.
The shit shack. How
We
dare
stayed
you?
at Sam's rich ass house.
How
We'll go there.
dare you?
How dare you?
Eddie, do you hear this going down? Are you around when this happens? Do you hear him say like, let's get some booze?
I don't think I heard. I probably hear them arguing now, but I didn't hear the specifics of it. Would be my guess
Okay.
because like I was just outside. I was like, I'm not gonna deal with any of that. So like I left, but I probably now hear the commotion. So I'll
Sure.
probably
What do you go back? What do you do?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I'll go back. Yeah.
All right, you hear Eddie just like shit talking your secret hideout, basically
Clarence?
telling Fern.
Oh, Clarence,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. You hear Clarence shit talking the hideout. Fern and Samantha are like stunned that this Eddie, see, look what happened. Clarence, you became Eddie almost. You became a mean Eddie. This is crazy.
Yeah, you're like me. You're like evil
You're
version
like
of me
mean.
now.
Yeah, you have the goatee version of Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie, you come back and Clarence is like being really mean for no reason.
Whoa, Clarence, what the hell, man?
Oh, Eddie, what's up, my bro? And like hold my hand out and go up to him.
Hey, what's up, dude? Are you
Ooh.
okay?
Dude, I just had some memories where I died like 6 times. We need to get fucked up right now.
Cool.
My
Yeah.
God.
Wait.
Carry
I mean, what do you mean? You want to go like we'll go down to 7-Eleven and grab some slipperies or something?
Fern
Like,
does this at Eddie.
Yeah, like behind Clarence, Fern, and Samantha are like,
no. Why no? Why are you gesturing no at me? What does that
Oh
mean?
God, Eddie.
Why are
Look
we?
at this. Look at this man. This is not Clarence. This is not the Clarence we know.
Yeah, it's cool, Clarence. What's the problem?
Asshole Clarence.
Yeah, Clarence was
I don't like
already cool.
Clarence. Exactly. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna.
But he was not this.
That's true. I
Jesse,
did like
yeah.
the other Clarence a lot better. That is true.
An asshole Clarence. Which version of Clarence was like? Did he have like thing with Sam?
Okay, so just for clarity's sake, so you have the numbers, so I can give this to you in advance. Number one,
Yeah.
if you were to roll 1, we'll leave it out because it's an RD6. But so there's the original version of you, which we can come back, and I have that listed as 1, but I'll make that 0 from now on. We can just turn that back on. So technically, number 1 is Jock, right? That's your like football player. You were part of the originals one. Number 2 is your super nerd. Like that's the mega nerd version of you that got beat up and like thrown in the trash can by Sam. Then you have 3 is your stud, and that's the one where like you definitely dated Sam, but you also dated a lot of other people, and you definitely like were a player. Number 4 is your asshole version. Number 5 is the normal you who like asked Sam out on a date, and you don't know what because you asked her out at the fair, but you don't like that's the day you spent like a nice day with Sam, right? But you didn't like make out or anything. They just like talked and like hung out together, and it was fun. But it's like the normal version of you. It's like a normal Clarence, but you actually had like the balls to do something. And then the last one is you are like the sweet guy version of Clarence, where he's just like a sweetie pie and wants to make everyone happy, and he does everything for everyone else, but you're still like you don't have any of those instincts of like I'm gonna pull out a gun on people. You'd be like, here, have the gun. Like I just want you to like there's the very, very sweet version of you, like, hey guys, I brought pie, like that version. The version that comes out in you every so often, right? So those are the different versions of you, the RD6. And then like the 0, which you'll eventually revert back to over time, is just the normal you.
Okay. So yeah. And like they're trying to cut it off, and I like just kind of put myself between them and Eddie and grab him on the shoulders. Bro, we are going to fucking die. We need to get absolutely smashed.
I mean, everybody's gonna die someday, but like,
yeah, and our number's coming up real soon.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, we've been fucking around with those balls like some dumbasses for months now. There's all these Alistairs. They already told us we're going to die. We don't have to fix it. We're just fucking kids. Let's get fucked up.
Hey, why didn't you guys tell me that Clarence got cool?
Dude, the same Clarence you've always known, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough. Yeah, I mean, what? So wait. But we can't just give up. I mean, there's got to be some way to stop us dying or blowing up the earth or whatever happens.
That's right.
Yeah, this
Eddie's
is
right.
alternate universe Clarence, and I don't like it. We got to get normal Clarence back.
Yeah.
Well,
we're not going to drink ourselves to death. We're not just going to go out drinking. Horrible idea.
Look, all the Clarences are right here, and I like me right now. All right?
Nobody else does.
Yeah,
Clarence,
sorry.
will you roll an
Only Eddie
RD6
does.
for me?
Eddie's dumb.
Clarence, as you say that, will you roll an RD6?
Yeah. What does he press up to do it again?
Cool. You suddenly are hit with the fact that you are back to normal. Like suddenly, as you say that, I'm the Clarence. I'm like right here. You revert to normal Clarence, but this is normal Clarence who once dated Sam.
Okay.
Like this is the Clarence that like you went out on a date with like at the thing. So like you're suddenly back to being normal.
Didn't.
Right. So like you're back to being normal Clarence. We're like you went out and spent a lovely day with Sam. Like but you're just normal Clarence again. However, you have that in the back of your mind.
Right.
So you're not
I'm
like,
aware.
hey Sam, let me touch that. Like you're not that asshole. You're just like normal Clarence, but like sweet Clarence.
And then
meanwhile, Morgan's like, I hate all of you right now.
It's like, dude, back up. All right. And like I got my hands on Eddie still. Eddie.
Yeah. What do you still want to go like get messed up or what's going on here?
Eddie, something's wrong. I'm having a real hard time keeping everything straight.
Yeah, no, something's right. You were cool for like 5 seconds. What happened?
No. Then I turn back around. Sam, I'm so sorry. I didn't I don't. I mean, I kind of know what. I shouldn't have said anything to you like that.
You're totally fine. I think what we need to do right now is while you're feeling like this, I think we need to go back inside the hideout. I think we need to use the open ball, and we're going to tap the open ball, and we're going to try to get that ring off your finger.
Oh, if you think it's a good idea, then yeah. Whatever you say, Sam.
I think we should try to get that ring off your finger because it's not doing good things to you.
Do you think it'll? You think I'll go back to normal?
I don't know. I hope so. I think so. If
do
not,
you
we'll put it
remember
back
us?
on.
Do you
No,
remember
I
us hanging
don't.
out at the fair? Do you remember
No.
our date?
I remember
Sam?
helping you out of the trash can.
Sam, will you roll for me a heart and yeah, I guess that's fine. When
sound
you
disappointed.
no, I'm thinking of like a good roll for that, but a normal heart's fine. You react in a way that even though internally this whole idea of like Clarence is kind of repulsive to you a lot of the time, and so you react in a way that you manage to hide that when Clarence is like pouring, like, remember when we went on our date and we did this stuff? You hide that well enough so Clarence doesn't feel like you saying, no, I don't remember that at all, doesn't offend him, right? So you're good. I just want to make the roll that, like, you can cover up the fact that, like, Clarence has been a little creepy, like a little bit of a creep, and you're just like, I'm going to cover it and, like, try to get through the day kind of thing.
No, it's great. Let's just go try to get that ring off, huh, buddy? Huh, champ?
Yeah. Okay.
I
Follow her.
don't think you're being possessed.
Yeah,
Fern, I'm sorry to you
Nothing
too. I don't. If that
It's okay.
that version of me comes back, hide the liquor or something, okay? Because he's real thirsty. He looks.
Yeah.
He's real thirsty.
Apparently.
Right. Well, we'll just make it. We'll just make a pact, and we'll just know it's not really you. I mean, it's you, but
Yeah,
he's an
I
asshole.
mean, considering I would worry not about hiding the liquor, but also hiding the meth. Like, that guy he seemed like kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
he
can we
was
get?
real
Can I get?
down to yeah.
Yeah, before you like start talking to Clarence about your your opinions, can I get like your character's real opinions of that Clarence? What did you all think of him? Because
Asshole
I'm gonna write this
Clarence?
stuff down. Yeah, asshole Clarence.
Would just like to straight up tell you?
Yeah, this isn't in character. You tell me what
Oh.
you thought of that character, just so I can have that down like as we move forward. Because
And
as
Eddie-
you start to
as well.
Eddie sort of thinks, he's like, whoa, this is like cool rebellious Clarence, but then he's also like, whoa, this guy might be taking it a little too far. Like,
Okay.
he's like, yeah, cool, but hold on a second, like, what? Like,
right.
yeah.
Sam, what are your thoughts?
I did not like it at all because he's aggressive. He is bigger than me. He is stronger than me. And he's scary, and I'm scared for myself and for Fern. And it's just
Sure.
he already tried to like touch me, which I did not like. So, and there's
like that
obviously like
that's-
a weird thing that he has for me, and it just makes me really feel unsafe and uncomfortable.
Sure, of course. Fern, what are your thoughts on that version?
She has never really been talked to that way before from someone that she's gotten
Gotcha.
close to, because Fern is she's not reserved, but she's definitely more not like super friendly. So in that moment she felt like she lost a friend, and she was really hurt and
Wow.
like whoa, like what did I do what did I say? Did I do something wrong? Why is he suddenly so upset?
Okay. Will you give me a baseline? What are your thoughts on original Clarence? Like your character's thoughts on him as like a person. So Eddie, when you hang out with original Clarence, what does Eddie think about him?
Oh, I'm getting judged so hard right now.
Eddie,
Yeah. Sorry,
Eddie-
dude. I need to know this. I need to know this.
normal. We're talking about normal Clarence now.
Yeah. How do you feel about normal Clarence? Like, what does your character think about it? As you interact with the other ones, I'll probably ask you. I'll stop and ask you, like, because we can like have a baseline when you talk to him again.
So he thinks he's like, well, he's kind of lame, but deep down, Eddie's like, he means well, so he can't really hold anything against him. He's like, he doesn't. He know that he probably is just a little naive and means as well as he can. So Eddie's like, well, and he's easy to like goof around with, like to sort of joke on, to goof on him. It's very easy for Eddie to do that. So he's like, he likes hanging out with him, but he's like, he would never admit that openly.
Okay.
Be like,
Sam,
Clarence.
what are your thoughts on original Clarence?
I sort of grown attached to him, kind of like one grows attached to a puppy, and not just because his grandma has good pie, but it's not totally unrelated to the fact that his grandma has good pie. He is a social liability, but he has kind of put himself out there for us and for the team, which has made up for the fact that he originally tried to screw over the team. So, but I'm also incredibly protective of Fern. So like Fern seems to like him, and so that's good enough for me.
Yeah, Fern, what are your thoughts on original Eddie? I like how we're talking like your Coke. What are your thoughts on original Coke? Original Clarence.
Original Clarence.
Sorry. Original Clarence. What are you thought on original Clarence?
Fern at first thought he was really clunky and slow and kind of resented like having to push him in a wheelbarrow because he's failed his body roll like 6 times.
Everyone
and couldn't run. But the rest of the group, she's like, oh God, this guy. But after a while, she, it became clear that after he was with like the agents or whatever, he really wanted to help the group and make sure that everyone was just okay. But she also she doesn't see him as a nerd. She doesn't see him as like uncool. And he's only gotten cooler to her, like as she's known him. She never really like placed him in like, oh, this nerd. But yeah, she's always thought like Clarence is the guy that's gonna be at least like helping us figure out the calculations and the complicated stuff.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Hopefully that like helps Ken a little bit as well when coming up with like how to be the way he is. All right. Yeah. And the normal Clarence who dated Sam, who went on a date, I keep saying dated, but went on a date with Sam, is the exact same one, except he just like wasn't pushed it. Like when he was pushing the trash can and like pulled out, he wasn't like so ashamed of it that he didn't like say, hey, do you want to spend the day together? Like it's the same person, except he like took crazy chance. So there's no difference. I imagine it's the exact same responses to these characters. The only person who have a different thought on that would probably be Sam, because now you have like a normal Clarence who's just a little slightly more attached to you. Does that phase you at all? Does that change anything about your relationship with him?
Well, but I still find him scary because he's like, now all of the Clarences are going to be kind of tainted by the behavior of asshole Clarence.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Those assholes do ruin everything.
Asshole,
they do.
Absolutely. That is a perfect, amazing response to have to it. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you're back to this normal original Clarence, but you're kind of like a little clouded by the fact that you went on a date that Sam does not remember, and it's very obvious she doesn't remember because she doesn't look at you the same way that Sam did. Yeah. And so like that it's not real, but you still have those memories. So that's like what you're kind of working with right now. Yeah,
it's very difficult. And just for another thing that'll help me out, am I like completely aware of when it changes and how I'm acting? It's just like how I feel about stuff.
It like hits you. You are very much aware of when it changes, but to you it doesn't feel like a change because that's who you've always been, right? It's one of those things where all 7 Clarences have always been the way they are. And to you, it's not like you're like when you act like an asshole, it's not like you've become different. It's like I've always been this person, right?
Right.
But
normal for him.
Like one of those personality types takes over in your body, so you become that all of a sudden out of nowhere. And so you have to you become that now. And so it's always been there. And as over the course of the entire show, you've shown little bits of like what you could be, but now you are literally letting it all out because you are that person now. You like cycle through these. Yeah. Okay. Unless you can find a way to take the ring off, it will continue to happen.
Okay. Yeah, and Sam, you were leading me, and I'm following.
We're gonna try the open ball, but I don't know the way Jesse's talking. It's gonna work.
I really did spoil that, didn't I? I should have done this much earlier. But you can try by all means, please.
Cool. I guess we'll try. We'll attempt our exercise in futility.
Yeah, my bad on this one. You definitely try, and it does nothing. You put the ball up to it, and it does nothing. And then you go over to the door and test it on the door, and the door like pops open. You go to the window, the window slides open. Like things happen. The ball's still working. It just does not work in the ring.
All right, I'm lighting it on fire.
The ring?
Yeah.
She goes to light the ring on fire underneath your finger. I need you to roll RD6 for me again, Clarence. I want to know who reacts to your finger about to be set on fire.
All right.
I got buy-in first.
Oh, super nerd. Like the nerd who got beat up and punked by Samantha is what when you feel the flame underneath your finger, the super nerd version of you takes over.
And instantly pull my hand back. Sam, start backing away from her in like fear. Don't burn me. I mean, I'm sorry that the ring's stuck on my finger. I can't do anything about it. But you don't have to. I mean, I can't help
it. We're just trying to get it. We're just trying to get it off. Just trying to get the ring off. Because before, like, heat and energy, do you want me to electrocute it instead? I mean, I could do electrocuting it instead.
Let's try that. Let's try that. The energy's going to flow into my body. It's not going to make the ring come off. It's just going to hurt me.
All right, do you have any ideas?
This is metal.
Yeah, Eddie, you notice Clarence is like back up against the wall, genuinely terrified for his life. And Samantha, even though she's like sort of playing with him and trying to come up with like fun ideas, it really is terrifying Clarence. Like whatever is happening, Clarence is not okay with this situation. Like you notice he is genuinely afraid.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, I don't think he wants you to mess with him. Like he's not Clarence, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to get him back to
he's
being
real
Clarence.
scared. He's like real scared of you.
Okay,
like,
well
he's looking at you like you're a bear or something.
Well, I did try to light his finger on fire, so it's not totally unrealistic.
Out over there behind Fern, like hide behind her a little bit.
All right, so I back up. I'll back up. I'm gonna drink some Kool-Aid.
Fern pets Clarence.
It's okay. You're all right. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean,
how did he go from being like kind of cool to being like total weenie? Like even more of a weenie than normal.
Clarence, you hear him call you a weenie, and it like really hurts you.
Aww.
I like whisper to Fern. Why is everybody being so mean to me right now? I mean, I didn't do anything. I just put the ring on. I can't help it.
I know. I think something's going on that you just can't control right now, Clarence. And you're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to get through this together, okay? Because we don't understand what's going on either.
Well, imagine 6 U's, 7 U's living in like the same head. It's kind of hard to keep it all in order.
Right.
I mean, I'm trying here, but
I know.
Can you tell them that they just need to understand that there's a lot going on right here, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
There's a lot going on right now. He's freaking out a lot. So imagine if you had like 6 different personalities in your head at all times. 7 different personalities in your head at all times. I mean that would get real hard for me to track. I mean, and maybe we just gotta work.
I know, but we gotta figure out how to get the ring off.
Well,
I'm just trying to get him back to
let's try not burning him or electrocuting him, because I think he's afraid of fire and also electricity.
Well, when the asshole comes back, can I do it then?
What?
When the asshole comes back, can I do it then?
Yeah, I don't want to be him again.
Sorry, Clarence.
I'm also scared of animals and deep water and shallow water and germs. You don't have any germs, do you?
No germs.
We're all
not a one.
Free here.
When's the last time you washed your hands?
I put my hands on Clarence's arms and I'm like, listen, I promise none of us have germs. It's fine. I'm like touching his face and like touching his head. It's fine. Yo,
Hey,
no,
get
it's
off
fine.
of
Don't
him.
worry about it. All right, I'm
Stop
just
it.
telling him we're
Stop.
fine. We're clean,
Don't touch
relatively.
him.
Okay,
This
fine.
is
So search into my fanny
anti-touch
pack.
Clarence. Don't touch him when he's like this.
Looking for my
I do that
Purell,
thing-
my bag, it's not there. Oh.
I do that thing where I'm like putting my hands in front of his face, but I'm not touching him. I'm like, ooh, I'm not
Fern
touching you.
Slaps your hands.
Ah,
All
don't get on my
right.
face.
Leave him alone. All right, Clarence. How do you think we should take the ring off?
Well, I don't know if we should. I mean, I know it's hard to deal with all the me's and everything, but this could be like something that could help us out. This it could be an answer here. I have like 6 different versions of everything that happened. Maybe I can like figure like maybe if I can get it straightened out, I can help us out. Maybe I don't know. They all died.
Yeah, but
I died.
we can't have asshole Clarence. He's gonna hurt somebody.
Well, I mean, Eddie, you can handle. I mean, look at me. I mean, I like make a little muscle. I think. I mean, if asshole Clarence comes back, you can take care of me, right? I mean,
Eddie wants to
doesn't
be
mind.
friends with asshole Clarence.
Well, yes, but I want to see only to see how far it can go. You know, it's like watching a train wreck, right? You know,
Okay.
you don't want to, interfere with it because it's already happening, but you just kind of want to see where it goes.
Okay.
Was there like a more was the asshole Clarence the most extreme, or was there one that's like
Asshole Clarence is the most extreme. Like he is a perfect asshole. But right underneath him is like kind of player Clarence. Like he's not a dick, but he definitely doesn't respect people. He like, is that guy who is constantly going around just to fulfill his like own needs. But he's not like a out and out asshole. Like there's asshole. That's the extreme. That's like the dick. He is basically a sociopath levels of like bad person. And then there's like a slightly less bad person, and then you revert to normal, and then there's all the different levels of nerd underneath. Like then there's like the opposite angle where like right now you are just as insufferable, but because you're so incredibly weak and you're not willing to take like any action, you're terrified of yourself.
Yeah. Like that butthole Clarence is like he's the worst. He's the worst one. He's the way as bad as it gets. There's like another one that I remember being kind of like only looking out for number one is what he would say. And he's easy. The asshole's the worst. He's the worst. By far.
We'll deal with him, but don't worry, we ain't gonna hurt you. And if worst comes worst, we won't even punch you when you're the asshole because we know that you might feel that.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Right?
Yeah, I don't want to get hit, but I don't want to hurt any of you. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't know if you'd actually. I don't know if you'd hurt anybody.
Do you know how you switch back and forth, or like when you switch, or is there a trigger, or do you just switch?
Control it.
It's like a pressure on like the back of my head, and it just kind of pushes in, and as it just kind of clicks over.
Maybe outside factors can influence it. Like what if you
Sam like dug into my arms and that made me mad, and then I turned into asshole Clarence. But then I'm I didn't want to get hurt with the ring, and then I'm like
Clarence,
original Clarence now.
Clarence, look at me. Clarence, are you the Hulk?
Well, I'm not. I don't get any stronger or anything, and I don't have any gamma radiation or anything. But I think I'd be a pretty good Bruce Banner. Yeah.
Okay, all right. It's not as cool, but still.
You think I'm the Hulk?
I mean, can I slap you and find out?
No.
Nope.
Well, what if it turns into the Hulk?
We can't fit Hulk we can't fit Hulk in here.
Well, then let's go outside and let me slap him.
Cannot believe he talked shit about our trailer. I'm just gonna drink some
No.
Kool-Aid in the corner.
Yeah, Clarence, you call this a shit shack.
It's got a nice
Hey,
wizard on the back.
Yeah, it
I mean,
does.
but it is, unsanitary, maybe.
Okay, I'm not gonna totally argue with you on that one. Not the cleanest,
Okay.
but At
Or
least
you
we're
look
not
around and this is
showering
like
with
one of
the
the
hose
cleanest places
anymore.
you've ever had.
I think it's pretty clean in here, actually, if I had to say so myself. But y'all can go sit outside if you don't like the shit shack. I'll stay in here by myself. Me and Eddie will have a party in here.
Yeah,
It is not the shit shack. I love
And I'll
it. And
slap
I love
Clarence
the
all I
Thank you.
want.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Okay,
There's no
so
pie though.
No, there's no pie. Clarence, we was talking about going over to the other side. You remember that?
Yeah, it sounds scary.
It does sound scary. How do you feel about doing that right now?
Yeah,
Clarence,
sounds-
will you roll an RD6 for me?
Oh, fuck's sake.
God damn it. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a 4. So, Asshole, as you say, how do you feel about going to the other side? Asshole Clarence makes his appearance.
God.
like all looking scared, then just kind of like my face just kind of drops down. That sounds fucking stupid.
What? But
Yeah.
I mean, like we already know that using the balls, we figured it out, right? There's 7 Alistairs. We used the ball 7 times together. Now you want to use them again to go over to the fucking death zone? What was that going to do?
it's gonna be cool.
I mean, it might
I mean, there are
answer something.
pterodactyls over there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a good idea would just be give the balls to Alistairs and just, I mean, we're going to die anyway, so who cares?
Because they don't need them. We don't know what they're going to do with them.
Well, in my mind, we've kept the balls 6, now 7 times, and everything keeps fucking up. So maybe it's us. Maybe it's you guys. Maybe it's Samantha's great ideas. Maybe
Hey,
it's
my
Eddie's-
ideas are amazing.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
Eddie's love for shitty music. Well, I mean, it's all right. Some of it, it's a little dated though.
Oh, my God.
And we don't even know if this is the real Fern.
Eddie?
This could be like,
Eddie, he just insulted you. Do you do anything? He insulted your music.
I
Don't
haul
punch him.
off
Don't punch him.
and
Don't hurt him.
slap him in the face.
Yeah. Hey, Clarence, will you do an RD6 for me?
yeah.
Oh, God.
You immediately become normal, Clarence, who once went on a date with Sam. Eddie just slapped you right in the face, and you just have you come out of the shock as normal Clarence, but you just got slapped in the face by Eddie.
like look over at Sam.
Dare ever say that again?
You didn't have to hit me in front of Sam. Like walk out.
I told you not to hit him because he's just going to change back.
Yeah, but it worked,
No.
right?
It totally worked. I like this Clarence better, even though he looks
I
at me with
slapped
those
the
little
asshole out
sparkle
of him.
eyes.
I mean, I guess that is true. That is true.
That
He
is
did
true.
change. And it
Mhm.
probably felt real good because he did insult your music, and that is
That's
unacceptable.
true.
Oh, really good. Wait, do I have magic hands?
Yes.
Yeah, I got.
Yes, you do.
We
I
gotta
run
do
out, like,
something.
crying
We
a
gotta
little
do something. We can't just sit here listening to Clarence's crazy ideas about what he was doing. I can't keep up with this anymore.
But it sounds like we've made it further than we have in any of the other realities. So our fate is not predetermined.
Wow.
It's only our pasts. And we saw that sometimes they didn't work out. But this time, it's going to work out because we're not dead
I
yet.
hope.
And if it doesn't work out, then we try again. And there'll be an 8th Clarence. And maybe he'll be a wizard or something. I don't know.
God, don't make it
As
harder
long
for
as
me.
I'm cool in every reality, it's fine. As long as I always have this hair, everything will be fine.
I'm still
Well-
looking at my hands. Like, can I like slap myself?
Yeah, you slap
See if
yourself
it
and
changed.
nothing happens. You just look ridiculous.
Maybe you should do it harder.
Oh yeah, good idea. I slap myself a little harder.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
nothing
just keep-
happens.
Keep trying, Eddie. Keep trying.
No, it's
Well,
not.
I'm
it's
rooting
not
for you, buddy.
working. It's not.
I'm rooting for
It's
you.
not. Nothing's happening.
Okay.
Maybe
Let's do something with these balls, y'all.
I agree.
All
We
right.
have
What's
to.
Clarence, are you in? Eddie, are you into this plan? Are you guys going to go through the portal?
I mean,
I walked outside,
let's
so I
do
don't
it.
know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
Move
yeah,
myself in the
Clarence is
situation where I
outside.
can get stuff
Just
done.
yeah, Clarence, while you're outside, you come to the realization that, there's something going on with you. Like whatever's happening to your body, whatever's happening in your mind is like definitely affecting the people around you. Because despite how all of your emotions feel towards these characters when you're all these different people, at the end of the day, these are your three, like, these are the only people you've ever had in your life for the vast majority of your timelines that have been your friends, like good friends to you. And so when you like yell at Fern, that upsets you. When you are like kind of an asshole who like gets Eddie, like the fact that you get him upsets you a little bit because that's like not who you are. And the fact that like Samantha, clearly by feeling things towards Samantha, you're upsetting her because that's like it's she's your friend and like something's like all of these things come over you because like it's not who you've been and it's not who you know yourself to be, but at the same time it is clearly who you've been. And so you're just like in a world of hurt. You don't know how to relate to anything except you know deep down inside like it's these three people that are going to be on this adventure with you, and so you have to like make things right with them and be cool in order to move on. So like whatever is going on in your head, you're just like outside hyperventilating and just like shit is not okay with you right now. But everyone inside, meanwhile, is coming up with a plan. And the plan is what exactly?
I don't know. Totally open to ideas. I mean, okay, so one thing we could do is find one of the Alisters and say we have this ring issue. Another thing we could do is just make a portal here and maybe even try to get our bikes in. Because
You know what?
if the portal
Asshole point-
closes,
Or asshole point had a Clarence. Hello. I think I'm losing my mind. Asshole Clarence had a point, and he said every time we do this, we just fuck it up even more. So maybe if we open the portal again, maybe it's not a good thing.
Yeah, maybe it'll
How-
just make everything worse.
how else are we going to get your brother out? Should we just leave him in there?
No. I've never even seen him. I don't even know if he's actually over there. I've just gone on off of what Frank said.
You seem to trust Frank. He was kind to you. He took care of you. He looked out for you.
And so did Jezebel. Honestly, that was the
Yeah.
weirdest part. It's like she knew who he was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
maybe
cast
if y'all
speak with
meet Frank-
animals on Jezebel.
Actually, can Fern bring Jezebel if they're gonna go over?
Sure, of course. Jezebel, I would assume at the moment is just hanging out outside of the Wiz Life trailer anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too bad we can't put the ring on the dog.
I wish you would have thought of that. I would have come up with some crazy stuff for that.
How do you think we could get the ring off?
Soak it in soap.
Oh, no. My mom does this thing where she
Uh-huh.
takes some soap and she puts some sugar on it and then she puts a bandage around it. That works for splinters. Maybe it works for the ring too.
Uh-huh.
Time out. Point of order. Does that really work for splinters?
Yes, that really does work. Yes.
I'd never heard that
What?
before. I was just thinking that.
Never heard of that before.
Yep.
Never.
Wait, what do
All
you
right.
do?
You cut a piece of soap and then you roll it in sugar and you like knead the sugar into the soap. So it's like
Okay.
a little. It's like it gets like super tacky, and
Uh-huh.
then you bind the bandage with the soap over the splinter with like medical tape, and then you leave it there, and then you change it, and then after like if it's like a really deep splinter, it like draws it out to the surface.
Whoa.
Huh.
Yep.
I did not know
Couldn't
that.
you
My
just
mom
take
just-
like tweezers and pull it out?
Use the needle.
You could, but you don't. Then
Yeah,
you don't have to go in. You don't have to go in with tweezers or anything. Mm-hmm. Yep. There you go.
I guess
Just
your way's
wondering-
like a little more flashy. Your way's like just, I like it. A little
Yeah.
pizzazz. I'm okay with that.
You know, little
Jazz,
little
that's the jazz
flash.
hands of,
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
flash
I
in the
like it.
pan kind of thing. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yep. All right.
there you
Anyway,
go.
back to character.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, sure. Okay,
So
there
I'm
you go.
thinking like one of the Alisters might know how to get the ring off.
Yeah, but
Or we
didn't they say that we were like everything was over, that there was no point? Like what? I'm so confused. Like, are we doomed? Is this timeline doomed? Is he right?
No, this timeline isn't doomed because nothing has been written yet. So, Because we only died in the past, but in this timeline, we haven't died yet, which means we've made it the furthest in this timeline than we've ever made it before. So, well, we might not make it this time. We'll get another chance to make it next time. So it's okay. We just got to keep trying with different versions of ourselves and different personalities, and eventually we're going to get it.
Get what?
And if not, we'll just go get super fucked up.
Yeah.
We're going to get turned, as the kids say.
Okay.
But I don't know how to get the
No.
ring off. So,
Well, I think it's
The
good that
Alistair-
at least Clarence has it. So maybe if we go to the other side, or
Wait a
maybe
minute.
it'll show us something there.
yeah, well,
Touch
we could
the-
also get him like years of talk therapy that might help him resolve all of his issues. But I don't know
Touch
if we
the-
have time for that.
Have we tried touching the ball to the ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did that
Wait,
earlier.
Oh, we did that. Okay, never mind.
I think you were wandering off somewhere.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
I don't want to
Wait.
use the clothes. Yeah. Yes, Eddie?
Did we try pulling really, really hard?
No, I'm sure he'd like that, though.
Yeah,
As
we
long
should
as you
try that
first-
next.
First, you have to make a pull my finger joke and then pull it really hard. That's right.
That's Andy.
I like it.
I know. We understand each other. Claire,
Mhm.
Eddie and I have an understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so any ideas about how to get the ring off?
Hmm.
Because I'm out.
We should probably go see an Alistair about it.
Yeah,
Where
we
are
should-
they? I think that one was following us forever.
Yeah, I mean, they. Wait a minute. Wait, I gotta try. Wait. I think I know how to find him.
Okay.
Okay. We're inside the trailer right now, right?
You are. Yep.
Okay. I open the door and like peek my head out, and I like look. Do I see Clarence out there?
Yeah, Clarence is outside, like sitting on the dirt, just like rocking, having a
Okay.
having a weird moment to himself.
Yeah, rocket. Oh, no. Okay. So I like stick my head out the door, and I like kind of like look left and look right. I'm like,
I see you, Alistair. You can come out.
Will you roll for me a let's see, what would that be exactly?
Is there a perception
Yeah.
check in this?
There, I mean, it's investigate is sort of like perception, but give me a heart.
"Any charm."
No, just a straight heart roll.
Okay,
I don't
got
think
it.
this would be a charm. Yeah, nothing. You whisper, like, or you shout, Alistair.
Yeah.
Wow,
You're
and
doing.
nothing
I see you.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Ed, are you looking for Alistair?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
No, I mean, I know he's there. I can see him. I
he
see
said to come
him.
back and meet him tomorrow at the bridge.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll just do that. Never mind. It was worth a try.
Do you need me to come back in there so you guys don't have any more great ideas?
Do you have any ideas?
Do I have any ideas?
Great question. So far on the table, we have go find Alistair. We have come up with ways to get the ring off, or we have go take your bike and go in the portal and see what you can see on the other side.
So
Those are your three options at the moment that you've created for yourselves.
I know I've been doing a whole bunch of kind of taking over this episode, and I'm sorry, guys. But is there any like with all the different memories? This is the one that's been the furthest.
Yep. You have all your memories are memories. You have no future memories beyond this point. Like you don't
Well, I
remember
mean,
the future at all.
Even like another me that is still like didn't die or anything like that. They all died, and
Every one
I
of
kinda-
you has died.
So I would know if we tried some things that didn't work and stuff like that. Is there anything I can
You
offer?
absolutely
to
would.
go
Yeah.
in the-
What
in
are
the
your
correct
questions? Ask. What are you thinking about? Tell me.
Okay. Well, I guess we wouldn't like. Obviously, we got the balls. Has there been
Yep.
one where we've just given them the balls and not tried to keep them? And The world
No,
just ended.
every scenario you've kept the balls.
Okay. Is there anything we've done with the balls that we haven't done yet that makes them do fancy stuff?
No.
Okay.
Every solution you come up with is something you've done before in the past.
Right. In the past, when we were using the portal to go around, did anything happen? Did we ever go through maybe and already do that and try to go through and look around?
In one of the timelines where you went around with mind you, at this point, only 2 of the timelines got to that point.
Right.
Besides the main one. So 3 timelines made it to that point. Of those 3 timelines, one of them, Eddie was not with you, so he did not go through and to the record store.
Mm.
The other timeline, you went around and you found some stuff, but you didn't make it. You went in instead. And you don't know what happened to that timeline. That when you went inside, that sort of like blocks off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like it's so useful though. We could just pick Clarence's brain and be like, "What did we do?
yeah.
What
Well,
have we not done?"
it's almost we can't. I don't want to abuse it, but as far as like story goes, just to give us a clue of like what maybe to do because I don't know.
Well, it's one of those things where it can tell you what you did do, but it won't give you any hints as to like what to do on future occasions because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, and I can't like ask like, what have we not done yet that seems like a good idea?
Right.
So we've been in. We haven't given the Alistairs anything. They told us the one that seems to be in charge, Alistair, told us to come back and meet him tomorrow at the bridge. Old Alistair gave us the ring, and I've put it on and gone crazy.
Yep. Remember, the younger Alistair was like, "Go look at that stuff and come back when you're ready."
Yeah.
Oh my
So-
god, yeah.
That's the thing. Again, there's definitely something going on the other side of the portal that you probably should go check out. And
Yeah.
you definitely have this ring problem that is like
Right.
pretty weird. Yeah.
So, all right, first off, guys, I just want to. I'm still me. I'm still Clarence. It's just I remember you guys leaving me out in the woods to die. I remember getting shot. I remember getting crushed. I remember a lot of different things that happened, and it's a lot to take in. And I mean, I hope that you guys can. Sorry. All right. Now that that's out of the way.
Wait, what?
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I'm sorry, Sam. God, drag it out of me. You know I hate that shit. Oh, no, you don't. All right. Anyway, all different Clarences. Who cares about all the Clarences? The Clarences are still the smartest dude in the room. So the Clarence is we're gonna get this figured out. You guys want to go through the portal? Why the fuck not? I mean, we'll make another version of ourselves. Maybe that'll give us some more clues. Maybe not. Maybe we'll find another Fern on the other side that's not dead. I mean,
We have a live Fern here.
I'm pretty alive.
Well, I mean, there's like, there's at least like 7 dead ones of you. No, 6, right? Or maybe not. Maybe you're like the original and you just kind of hop around and do all this stuff and keep forgetting about it because
I
Fern.
think Fern survived. I think there's lots of Ferns. Smartest guy in the room, please.
Well, who cares if the other Ferns survive? They're not doing anything to help us. Apparently, they can't remember 3 weeks ago.
She's doing her best. It's okay. You're doing your best. You're doing fine.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Fern. Wonderful. Amazing. Better than I could do.
That's right.
Sorry. All right. Like, I'm used to you guys being able to, like, roll with this stuff. You got,
What?
all right.
You want to go
We'll
Kool-Aid?
put it to a vote, right? Who wants to not do anything and go talk to Alistair tomorrow, and who wants to go right now through the portal and maybe fuck everything up?
Which
How about
Clarence are
you
we
raise
talking to?
Yeah. What do you raise your hand to go through the portal?
I have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, you can't tell which
What
one you're talking
Clarence
to
is
right now.
this?
This Clarence is like a mix of all the Clarences.
This is asshole Clarence, but he's trying to like get something done because he realizes that something's wrong. A lot of things are fucking up.
Hey, Eddie, hit him
This
again.
is Scarence.
This is Scarence. Hit him again.
You hit me again, I swear to God, I will tell everyone where you keep your porn stash.
Oh, Eddie, you look at porn.
Clarence, will you
Dude.
roll for me a body roll? I want to see if you can stop him. Roll body. I want to see if you can stop him from doing this. Yeah, Eddie, he cannot stop you. Just because he thinks he's strong, Clarence, he's still weak, Clarence. You can slap him right in the face if you want to.
Look at me, Eddie. Nobody needs to know about that.
I do not even care that you have a porn stash. Hit him.
Who
cares?
I thought it was coming in pretty nice. Oh, you mean that kind of stat? Yeah, don't tell anybody about that.
Boo. Boo that joke. Boo.
Boo this man.
Don't listen. This is what they called mutually assured destruction. I can't. We have to. This is a standoff situation right now.
Eddie, who's he gonna tell? Who's he gonna tell where your porn stash is?
Everybody,
Nobody.
apparently.
Does anyone else want to
cares?
slap Clarence while this is going on? Well,
I
the
have
two of them
zero
are having a
bodies.
standoff. Fern, do you want to slap Clarence?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my
Does
lighter and
anyone-
try to. I'm gonna take out my lighter. Try to light his shirt on fire.
Sure. You put the lighter up to Clarence's shirt, and it starts to spark. Clarence, you turn around as you feel this heat come up over your back, and I need you to roll
Right, you do.
a d6.
Oh God.
That is my body roll. Hang on, let me.
This is sweet guy who just wants everyone to be happy, Clarence.
Yay!
So Clarence, sweet guy who just wants everyone to be happy. You are now on fire. You're now on fire. Sweet
That's
guy,
like-
you're now on fire.
Turn around with like big puppy eyes and look at Sam. Why, Sam? We're friends. It burns.
Oh God! I put Kool-Aid on it.
Sam
Dump Kool-Aid
dumps
on it.
all of the.
I run into the trailer and grab the pitcher of Kool-Aid and like run back out and dump it on Clarence.
You literally all dump Kool-Aid all over him. And sweet guy Clarence is covered in Kool-Aid. What do you say to your friends?
I love Cherry.
I love this Clarence. He's my favorite now.
You set him on fire.
But he's best friend Clarence.
It's so she didn't mean anything by it. It's just I was being that guy, and he needs to be set on fire. I mean, he's already died
he
once.
He was Scarence. We don't like Scarence.
You don't like Scarence.
We don't like Scarence.
Not a
He's
fan.
scary. Not a
Yeah.
fan.
All right. Okay. So, Eddie, I would never tell anybody where you keep that. Okay, that's between friends. And I'm sorry that I put our friendship in jeopardy.
It's
Fern,
okay.
I think
but
you're
don't forget.
I love this Clarence.
Fern, I think you're a wonderful girl, and I know you're in a very, very tough spot right now, and there's a lot of things that are very confusing, but this all seems to revolve around you, and I think that you are the most important out of all of us right now. You hold the key. I know you do.
Clarence.
And Samantha, and I kind of like blushed a little bit. Well, you're pretty twirl my thumbs. I mean, no, don't worry about it.
Tell her, Clarence. Say it.
Just say it. Say it, Clarence.
Like I know a guy like me doesn't have a chance or anything in the world with a girl like you, but I mean, as friends, of course, I love you, girl. You were fantastic.
I'm just speechless.
And if you guys want to go through the portal, then I'll go. I'll be right there with you. But it's gonna be scary, and I don't know what to. I'm just as scared as you guys.
You're a pretty good guy, Clarence. You're a pretty good dude.
It means a
I'm
lot
sorry, I
coming from
never
you,
said that
Sam.
before. Sorry, I never said that
Fern-
before.
Fern goes up and hugs him. She's
Oh.
never hugged him before. She's like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to hug you, Clarence.
This is like the best hug ever. Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, can we keep this one? How do we keep this one?
Don't traumatize
no
him.
slapping.
Yeah, no slapping. Don't traumatize him, and it'll be fine.
We're just all gonna sit here and be quiet, and maybe we'll get some pie, and it's all gonna be great. We'll just stand here forever. That's the plan.
I could really go for some pie right now. I'm real sticky right now, though.
Yeah, it's all the Kool-Aid that we dumped on you.
Yeah, sorry about that. You're not on fire
So what's-
anymore. We did it out of love.
So what's your guys' plan? You have a very nice, sweet Clarence. What is your strategy here? Do you wait
Well,
for the next? Do you wait for tomorrow? Do you go through the portal? Do you do both? Do you come up with a different strategy? Where are we going from here?
So, out of character, I
Yeah.
don't think it's a good idea to go through the portal. In character, that sounds fucking awesome, and I say we do it. I say we open
Okay.
up the portal right now, and we go in there, we get our answers, and possibly end the world. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, there is the ending of the world part.
Yeah,
I mean, do we feel like
yeah,
we need
that
more?
is- yeah.
Yeah. Do we feel like we need more information before we go back into the portal? Because we're gonna have to go in at some point.
Yeah.
We gotta get her brother.
Yeah. Well, we've
Then
done
the
it.
Alsters can see how crazy Clarence became.
Yeah.
Like, we've done it 7 times, and the world hasn't ended yet. Like, it's kind of like we're on a clock. So, I mean, what's really the harm of making another Alistair?
We only have a few. We only have, what do we think in there? Like half an hour before the fog comes.
It's like,
Who knows?
And
It's
maybe
like-
we
who
should
knows?
Well,
go
Jesse
there
gave us a
yet.
hint earlier. Jesse gave us a hint that there's stuff on the other side that we need to deal with. It's just
Very
Whether or
much
not-
true.
do it and how we do it.
Like,
Like,
say,
Do we need to
What
reset
if we
our?
talk to the Alisters
missions?
first before going through?
If
If
we
we're
walk
ultimately
outside
gonna
and-
go through, maybe like you said, we just need more information before we can be more informed.
well, they didn't even. I think I asked them about the other world, and they didn't seem to know anything about that one. The one that we sealed the portal. Or the other pair of balls that you said you'd seen. They didn't know about any of that either. So they may not be able to help us any. Maybe may hinder us.
Yeah.
That's just my character thinking. In character, I'm good with whatever you guys want to do.
I love him so much.
I know. All right, I say portal.
That's portal.
All right. Everyone
let's get
agrees
in
to the portal. The balls are in front of you on the floor. What do?
We need some power so we can go get the battery out of the car and get the jumper
Yeah.
cables.
yeah, I guess that's our option.
I may be able to
I
figure out how
mean-
much time we got using the battery without the alternator giving it energy. I can try to
I'd
figure it
rather
out.
plug it in. Although now I worry about the Alisters unplugging it because they want to trap the balls in the other side.
Yeah, well, maybe we
Well,
can.
here's the thing.
use that strip thing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mechanically, if you set it up in your base, even if the wires are going out to a battery in the car or whatever, they still can't disconnect it because your base is off limits. Just mechanically, they can't do that. If you were to set it up anywhere else, there's a possibility someone could show up and mess with it. But if it's in your base, your hideout, it cannot be done. So you don't have to worry about that.
We did the thing with the two cables and we hooked them to the balls. We opened the portal that way before we even used the car, didn't we? So yeah,
We
as
said
long
just
as
plug it in.
as long as first paid the power bills, we're good to go.
Yeah, because you have that power cord in the like ripped up power cord in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
I'll
it.
start-
All right.
I'll start
What
setting
could
it up.
possibly go wrong?
All right.
Nothing.
So there's sort of a montage scene here at the end of the episode where it is the four of you putting together this system of the balls and putting the power to them, and a little spark shoots between them and it cuts to the outside as Eddie and Clarence start getting all the bikes and bringing them in, like cramming them inside the Wiz Life shack, and the gateway opens before you, and it's the cameras from behind the four of you staring into this gateway that is looking onto this field covered in this rusty ground with this creepy orange sky, and in the distance, you hear like a howl, like a creepy howl. And that is where the episode ends. And we will continue that adventure next time as we go through the portal and get some answers more than this episode, which was a lot of answers and a lot of crazy stuff. So,
a lot of answers.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming on this adventure today. This was crazy. But yeah, first off, let's go around and give quick shout outs to what's going on with us this week. Ken, thanks for putting up with me forcing you to be many, many characters this week. That was great.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
Big ups.
That's so good.
Yeah, tell us what's going on with you, dude.
I am CinnamonToastKen. You can find me over those things over there on the side. And I've been doing really good on a diet lately, and I had a bag of Sour Patch Kids before we started, so I've been on like this weird sugar ride this whole episode.
There it is. There's the answer.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
A stream, do YouTube. I got a morning stream that we do starting at like 9 a.m. Central Time. It's a lot of fun. We have a Charisma Plus, my D&D show we do on the weekends. We'll be back this Saturday at 7 p.m. Central. And yeah, had a good time on the show today. Thank you guys very much for putting up with Clarence. That was fun.
That was great. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Elspeth, what's going on with you this week?
Hey guys, what's up? You can find me at twitch.tv/Elspeth. I'm going to be doing a Majora's Mask marathon, which I call the Majorathon. I do it. It's my 4th annual one. This is my favorite game of all time. I'm going to be starting it on Friday and doing an all mask, all fairies run. Not 100% because that's a little bit too much time, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be dedicated to playing Majora's Mask. So I am real stoked to get that started. But that's what's going on with me this week.
It seems like you're a person who has played it enough to know all the weird. Like, are you aware of all the weird shit in that game?
Yeah, all the theories and all the all the little stuff that you see that like when you first play it, you're like, well, that doesn't really make sense. And then on your like 7th or 8th playthrough, you're like, oh my god, that's totally what that is. Yeah, it's a great.
I will simply say, if you never played Majora's Mask, go play it and then like prepare to be weirded out by that game. For a Zelda game, it's like weird and bizarre and like
weird.
creepy.
Super weird.
Yeah,
it's my favorite Zelda game. I think it's fantastic.
It's a very good one.
Octo, what are you doing this week, dude?
Oh man, I'm playing really bad PS2 games is what I'm playing. I recently streamed Silent Hill The Room. It's not terrible, but I played it, and then I played Clock Tower 3, which oh boy, if you've never played that one, check it out, please. Do yourself a favor and play that. And now I'm in the midst of a Castlevania Lament of Innocence run, which I'd never played, but is unfortunately not as good.
Wow.
Not as good as the scores led me to believe. And then, but luckily we're washing that taste out of that poor taste out of our mouth with a little medieval after that. So I'm playing lots of not necessarily spooky games, but Halloween themed games. So that's what I'm doing with myself. Check me out if you're so inclined. I'll see you there, maybe.
Day of the Tentacle. Make it happen. You need to just do that too.
The tentacle's so good.
Not a bad
add
idea.
it to the list. Morgan, what's going on with you?
Well, I will be streaming the new Assassin's Creed by myself to myself only this weekend. I recently
are you actually streaming it? Is it going to be online, or are you just playing it?
It's going to be streaming from my console to my television.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be sitting. I fulfilled my dream, my personal dream recently of getting an on-brand like real lazy boy with the controller. Everything's electronic.
Wow.
So just like
nice.
Damn.
So I will probably be sitting there with some spicy ramen and an IPA and a can, and I will be playing Assassin's Creed by myself. And it's going to be
that's the dream.
Amazing. It is kind of the dream.
Have you played it yet? Have you played it at all yet?
No, I have not played it at all yet. I'm waiting until I can just sit there and do nothing but play. I've played every single Assassin's Creed. Oh God. Okay. Yes.
No, like this isn't like, I'm not gonna say anything about the game. I'm gonna just warn you that here's my first 6 minutes of playing this game. Started was like awesome. Oh, is that like a treasure location? Oh, it's underwater. I'll go see that. Immediately killed by 3 sharks. Be careful. Be. I mean, I have not played the game since. I was like,
That's horrifying.
That's
They pull-
terrifying.
I jumped in the water. Was like, oh, is this a treasure chest? And I look up and there's like a shadow in the background. I'm like, oh, there's sharks in here. And one comes and gets me from behind. And I start bleeding, and then 3 more eat me. And I'm like, cool. I'm never playing this again. Put it down.
They pulled the Half-Life 2 on you.
Heads up about that.
Cool. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
was not
wait till I'm
cool.
a little higher level until I jump in the water. Is what you're
That's
telling
what
me?
I've been told. I've been told like you can come back and like one-shot sharks, but I was just like, no one told me there would be sharks in this game, and I'm not okay right now, and it's just not cool. So
Me and
just a heads
Jesse have
up
the
for
shark
everyone.
thing. It's no good.
Yeah, no. They came out of nowhere. I was like, the scream. Someone in my
I think
apartment
sharks
could
are
have thought
cool.
that I died. Like people should have called the police because it was like, yeah! I was not okay. That was 6 minutes into that game. It says gameplay time 6 minutes on my screen. That's all I played, and that was a week ago. So
You're like
6
done.
minutes
That
and
is enough.
sharks.
yeah, I mean the beginning seemed really cool. I hope there's a great story, but I was like, no, I'm out. I can't do this. Anyway, yeah. Hi everyone, it's me. This is the show that I am like so happy to just come on and like just come up with crazy stuff and experiment with weird things that I think is the whole purpose of a show like Oddballs, where you get to just try new things. And I'm so thankful that I have the ability to play with 4 players who are just down to do whatever, which is like super cool. And today is just another example of that. So what is the WGA? It's the Writers Guild. I write stuff. It's weird. But yeah. Also, I made a video game. Check out Monster Prom. You should buy that. It's great. New DLC coming soon. Other than that, on the channel, I mean, God, we're doing Scary Game Squad stuff. There's tons of scary games. We just played a game called Visage, which I've been told is supposed to be pronounced Visage, which I've never heard of in my life. But I guess that's, it's like Vase Vase. I have no clue. And then we're playing more scary games all through the month because it's Halloween. And then on streams, expect more Coxtoberfest, which is literally I just pick terrible games and get shit-faced and play them while I listen to like old polka music in the background. So that's coming too. And that's it from me. All right. That is it for us. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with another episode very, very soon. And that is it. So stick around if you are part of the Patreon crew, because we have got some stuff to talk about. We got stuff to talk about, I think.
Yeah.
So that's it. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.